How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. Boys, how y'all doing tonight? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a good one. We got ourselves more 5V5 1v1 duels this evening. It should be quite a bit of fun tonight, yeah? Should be quite a bit of fun tonight. I feel like a little bit less homeless today, which is kind of nice, you know what I mean? I still wish yesterday, and actually for the last couple of days, boys, not for the last couple of days, but last couple of weeks, my weeks have gotten busier. While we did kill Callawix, I did find a group for Mythic Plus, and that's been really, really fun to do. But I also did notice, like, oh man, I'm really bad at managing my schedule. I found myself working a little later rather than early in the morning. I find myself just like losing sleep, dude. So I'm a little bit disheveled today still. But either way, feeling better, feeling a little more fresh than yesterday. Oh, it's loud. There we go. Here we are. I say it's loud as if I can literally hear it. I just see bars bouncing up and down. Boys, we got ourselves more 5v5 for the day. Get in here, EU. How many more bodies do we need per group? Plus, Johnny, how you boys all doing? Jake, how you doing, my guy? Welcome, welcome. How many more bodies do we need, boys? Are we all good? Are we all good? Also, I've gotten real lucky with mounts recently. I kind of started really getting into mount collections. After I've gotten my time lost proto, I am back from a month hiatus. Yo, WAP, next week, NA duels are back. Next week, NA duels are back. As we get started here, I'll let you know in the details, but next week, NA duels are back. So not this week, next week. How you doing, though? Hope you enjoyed your month break. But next week, what's also exciting is it's not just me, the only one doing duels. It's actually going to be, I'm going to be joined by somebody who's going to be helping us make some groups together. So that's really exciting. So we only need to get one group together while a second group is going to be covered, which I think will make the whole duel thing a little bit easier. OBS? OBS? Hello? That's what you're supposed to be seeing, but you ain't seen it. OBS, what is it? What are you doing? All right, I'll just let OBS take a sweet time here. Red's still up here, apparently. Still on a hate or red hate train. Yeah, apparently Reds are the best at 1v1s. Oh, there we go. Atho apparently been doing some tournaments recently for 1v1s, winning a bunch of gold. And Red Pally is apparently the best class for 1v1s right now in a 1v1 combat. Because you can just downlight people, go behind the pillar, use defenses, just outlive it. Battle of attrition. 58 would have been 60 like 2 days ago, but I gotten real sick. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, you've been grinding that classic character for SOD, or it is SOD, right? You're playing on. I haven't been able to put any time into it. I wanted to initially. What do we have? Plus, Leo needs two. I'm good. Beautiful. Leo, toss me an invite if you need more bodies, and I'll go through my BNet list, man. We can see if we can get you a couple of bodies here this evening. Dude, what are some of these names, man? Klodak, Landroton, Tazik. Wait, I was gonna ask actually. Chat, real quick, EU boys. When you guys get updates for what is that thing? Oh, you guys need 2 more bodies. Got it. Yeah, pass me lead. I'll take care of it, man. Got Saya. Wait, Sia's Bob? I got Sia's Bob? What is his name? Alrighty, let me list you boys up. What is that name? Yeah, get him in here, man. Get him in here. Get your homies in here. Enemy, what's up, my guy? I like that name. I think it's funny as hell. Chat though, question. When you guys open up, when you guys get your trading post resets, do you guys get it as soon as the clock strikes 12? Or do you have to wait until like the server reset before you can look at the new items? How does that work for you guys? Because if it's wait until server reset, that means you guys get it like my time 2 in the morning. Because I can do an early preview of all the new trading post items through EU realms, which I think is kind of cool. I've done that in the past. I don't know if I was gonna maybe take a look at the new stuff. Maybe. I don't usually make trading post videos, but over the last few ones, I was just like, one was for April Fools, the other because we actually got some cool stuff. I was thinking maybe cover this once as well, just because it's trading post. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about it. I think I tried this comes out 11 p.m. your time, so not 9 p.m.-ish. 11 p.m. your time. Because it's 9 p.m. my time. So do you guys get it as soon as like realm time, as soon as this clock strikes 12 and it's the next day? Or do you guys get it when you technically have your reset, when the vaults are open? How does that work? Mies, get you in here. We need 2 more. We still need 2 more and we'll be good to go then. I'm gonna join. We got the group up in LFG. We got it set up in on the Molten Core right now. So if you want to join in and you play EU, just sign up for the group in the Molten Core. The list that is 5v5 1v1 duels. Anybody can join. I think it's on our reset. Worst case, I just check 4 hours and say Discord. Yeah, okay, that will work. Yeah, need Legion Remix bad. Same, dude. I am excited for it. Legion Remix is gonna be a banger. I am so excited for it. Mop Remix, look, Mop Remix had awesome items. I'm hoping Legion Remix will have some fantastic items. They got a bunch of recolors the other day. Did you see that? Mount recolors that never got used that are likely gonna be for Legion Remix. There's a bunch of demonic weapon recolors like also being found from a while back that never got used, likely to be used in Remix. I'm so excited for it, man. Legion Remix is going to be awesome. Legion as an expansion was like very, very beloved by so many, dude. For so many people, that was like the revitalization of WoW in general. It was just so much fun stuff to do. Like, you know, even if you didn't do endgame stuff, like even if you just did open world things, there was so much to do outside of that. That's, in my opinion, what made Legion in my mind unique and special, is the fact that there was so much to do outside of just the endgame. The endgame was awesome. I mean, Mythic Plus, raids, like Mythic Plus was born that expansion, so that's pretty awesome. It's only grew in popularity since then. Even PvP was like, they tried something different, kind of worked, kind of didn't, depending on who you are. It was, yeah, like people didn't necessarily hate it, I don't think. I think World PvP was non-existent with legendaries. That's about the only thing that kind of sucked for PvP. But like everything else, I enjoyed the hell out of it. It was amazing. I'll try to see if I can land on that thing. More fell bats, yes, yeah, more fell bats, dude, more fell bats. All right, let me see if I can get a couple of bodies. Amori, I think the last time I asked Amori if he wanted to join in, he did not. Does Osbjorn join these ever? Azrael? Hey, duels tonight? We need 2 more bodies, boys. So maybe I can get Azrael and like Miko to join in for a couple of games. Blago, is he in the group right now? Is he in any groups? Plus, do you have Blago in here? Because I could see if he is down. Hey, duels tonight? And Bubby? Try to see if I can get him in here too. Broton used to play these, I don't remember. Кобре, ты играешь сегодня или что? Привет еще раз. Ты стримишь только на YouTube? Да, сейчас на YouTube. Кобре, тебе нужна команда или что? I got Black Arrow, Cobra, and Go-Wares. Oh, okay. Nice. Didn't realize. Okay, не знал. Halls of Infusion. Is it Halls of Infusion like that Dragonflight dungeon? Yuck. All I can say is yuck. I miss my DH. There it is, man. Need one more, boys. Uno más, we're good to go. Need uno más and we're ready. Is Halls of Infusion? Hold on, I gotta double check it, dude. I gotta double check it. Hold on. Halls of... Yuck. I don't like that dungeon. Out of all the Dragonflight dungeons, I hated Halls. Alcathar was cool. Brackenhead was cool. Nelth was pretty easy. Ultima was alright. Nokadome was pretty cool. Azure Volts was okay. Not everyone's favorite, but it was okay. Lightbolt was good. Dawn Infinite was good. Yuck. Just yuck. They're absolutely bad. But I guess you're just leveling, maybe? I doubt that Feli's running it just because she likes Halls of Infusion. Probably just leveling a character through Dragonflight. For fun. And I'm out here yucking it. Alright, we got a group, boys. Very good. Alright, Johnny, you will have to do this though. It might be. I meant to do this for you, but you it's on you now. Let me know when you're good. Make it drag to your priest, Mog, so fun. Like, are you talking about in dragon form or out of dragon form? Or are you doing in dragon? I guess like if you are in dragon form, at least you can use like shoulders and stuff. But you can see a floodgate. Yeah, actually, dude. Out of all the dungeons I've done yesterday and the day before, floodgate is one that we don't have. Oh, it's a chat, 3,400 M plus. Pretty fun. I think this is the highest I've ever had a score in any M plus season. This definitely has been a really fun one. I feel like if you can get a bunch of 17s, get 17 result, do 18, 18 result, get a couple of 19s, then it's like season push, maybe? I don't really know. Never really pushed. But it's really fun. Alrighty, I think we're good. My spectator match. Johnny Boy and plush 5 in the grand 1. Super set. Wood wings look cool and dragon form them. I do agree with you on that. You mean like our Dark Archangel wings? Or is it like some kind of like a mod you're using for it? Yeah, I do. You know what I really like? I didn't realize until I think it was Rick that was doing it. But Rick would swap into a dragon form whenever he would have burst, right? Whenever he would do, I don't know if he does it on purpose or if it's like just happens automatically. But every time he would go Hellcaller, he has that one ability that buffs him with haste. but it also makes him look all shadowy and like evil. On a dragon form, that looks sick because then you get all literally shadowy, glowing eyes. Oh, it looks awesome. What's up, gamers? What's up, PCIe, my man? We having to go to my guy. I got ourselves more 5V5 1V1 DUELS today, boys. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Get some games up and running tonight, yeah? Alrighty. Twitch. Got ourselves, I got size Bop. I'm gonna go with that name, dude. That is what you named yourself. It's standing somewhere inside of Leo. We got ourselves Shadow. We got ourselves Mies, as well as I miss my Demon Hunter, wherever they might be. Man just needs to look in the mirror and he'll find them, but until then he's gonna be missing him. Actually, with Demon Hunter being blind, what is a mirror gonna do for him? What is a mirror gonna do for this guy? Can the spectral sight work in mirrors? Can they see through mirrors? I always wonder, like, because Demon Hunters don't have the same, like, eyeball anatomy as everybody. They see, like, magic. They don't see physical environments. Like, how does a mirror work? Do you still see, like, a reflection? Big stone to go airs. Gonna be a lot of damage. Wall out. Immediate ascension. Try to see if he can go counter offensive. Lash it out against Leo. Leaping away. But it's gonna get pulled right back into the dome. Literally forced to fight in the dome. In the ring. It looks like he's been able to overpower Leo's go completely. Force Leo on the defensive. That is wild. With Earthy Elemental actually adding a little bit extra taunt potential, taunting all of those riders towards itself. So Goer's actually is able to shirk off a lot of that aggro onto another person, which is kind of amazing. Gotta walk the dog and back. Okay. Yo, maybe we'll get Azrael in these, man. Hell yeah. So we got Spot Boys later down the line. If y'all want to invite Azrael, maybe we can get Mikkel in too. That could be a nice combo, yeah. Az is pretty insane on a rogue. I know you guys love fighting rogues. Goer's getting kind of low, actually. Hold on. Blind as he does go for a rune to Leo. Trinkets out of it. TD. He's bathing in a TD. No! The Twilight Dev. He literally jumped out of Twilight Dev and followed him. Then jumped to the other direction and followed him back. With Cobra going to be up next. Trying to see if we can double bolt Leo. Immediately dropping down in Infernal. Not really giving him much of a chance to recover. Leo with those death strikes, however. Then buffing the DK death strikes. You can really see just how much healing he's got going on right now. It's actually very, very noticeable. I don't think Leo's playing that full one bang build with the big PvP talent for pillar. Mortal call off of a bolt is brutal. However, Fear does not have an intro double bolt. Oh, that second bolt was so painful. Does pick up a little bit of healing, however, just whatever death strikes can provide. Needs AMS, may need to use a death pack behind the pillar. May potentially need to use it. He does have a lot of little demons chasing after him. Lots of little infernals. Stun onto Cobra. Might need to use some cooldowns here. Cobra does go for Reflect, Wall, as well as a Warlock House. That is every defensive available. Leo may need everything here. Deathpack is being used. Big gateway out for Cobra. And Leo is going to get pulled back by the Succubus. Cobra is still going to get attacked by the Riders. Shadow Fear from a distance. Does have IBF to break it. Try to see if he can dodge it. Dodge it, Ruination altogether. Needs to wait out. Deathmark is gone. Deathpact is gone. Hold on. Look at those death strikes. Every one of these death strikes actually starts to heal with a pet sacrifice. It actually does a decent bit of healing. It's actually going to see if he can pull the pet back in. First aid out for Cobra. He's going to be able to recover. Cobra, however, does not have Wall. Does not have Warlock House for a little bit of time. Dark Pact is available. Can go for Mortal Call and has Infernal coming up in 30 seconds. Leo, I think, might just need to rush him right now. Because there's a bit of a downtime for Cobra between the defenses or cooldowns or offensives. And this could be an opportunity. Deathpack keeping him, or Darkpack keeping him alive here plenty. Leo, try to see if you keep the pressure going. Riders are getting spawned in, however. AMS Lichborn is active. Cobra tried to buy himself a bit of time. AMS might, or Mortical might be used here. And I think Leo's trying to see if he can dodge it. Knowing that a Mortical is going to connect at some point. He just needs to have an answer here. Dome is down. Even if he gets stunned, you're going to take less damage. Fear to follow. Doesn't have Lichborn for this one. Infernal is going to be able to crash through. Chaos Bolt does not get to avoid it. There's going to be at least a couple of death strikes he can go for. Holy, reflect up for Cobra. It does have AMS for a second. Cobra going for a port. Leo at least has a target to death strike off of, so he might be kind of okay. Grip again for Cobra with a stun. All the riders are in. Is that going to be the damage you need? Sounds on Cobra as he goes in for a Warlock House on last second, trying to go for a knock. Succubus catching Leo, but that bolt I think is going to be the end of you. Oh my, that was so close. Shoo, he almost did it. Oh my goodness, that was so rough. The Warlock House that he used, I feel like if you press silence a little early, maybe would have gotten low enough. Because look at Cobra at the end of the whole run, he's at no health whatsoever. With me trying to see if he catch up to Cobra, just a couple of shatters, just getting the procs, lances, bullets are in. I think it's over. Yeah, taking him out. So Leo really did put in quite a show. Did put in quite a lot of work there. Ah man, it's just so rough. Just so rough. I feel like as soon as Cobra was able to. What is it? Yeah, Phil? I see this guy's back. Phil is back in here. Okay. All right, Phil. How you doing, man? Immediately having his hand of freedom spell stolen with the Ray of Frost channeling in. Does go for a full spell ward, and me just needs to live here. May just go for a block. I think he's just going to try to see if he can max range it. I don't know if he's got alter. Does have a way to reposition. I think it just block, honestly. I think it just trade. I don't think that's the worst move, actually. Straight immunity for immunity. Frost bomb, he's still in play. Gonna be a blessing of Saint. Field may need to go for a bubble. Oh, he doesn't. He spends a global doing damage instead. Mace does it, obeying him as he's got super low. Like, come on, you can do it. You can do it. One more damage in hit. You almost got me. And then you just blow him up in the process. That is something you got to be very careful with. Bubby's gonna be up next. Got himself plenty of damage. Plenty of pats around the corners. Plenty of output here. Potentially just needs to get himself the line to side on knees. Is going to be a stun. Does go for a blink. Breath potentially is close enough for a breath. Full cooldowns are available for Bubby. Does go for a silence. Be's trying to stay next to him to try to see if he can land a stun, but he does escape it with a disengage. Having to go for a block here. First aid out for Bubby. Looking to maybe catch up a little bit of health. Me's is going to have to find a way to disengage away from those pets. Nova is going to be very helpful for it. Ray of Frost is going to also do a bit of damage, but Mies finds himself so extremely low. If any of these pets close the gap, it is over. Biting shot, avoiding it completely. Does get himself a blink, but still main pet is attacking. Raptor around the corner. Those pets are just going to be the end of you. Does end up repositioning. Kill shot. Does go through. Freezing trap doesn't break immediately. That is yet with the block. So he got himself a little bit of a reset, but not a lot of health. 31% dampening, unfortunately. He does pop out of the block to try to make some damage happen. Needs whatever shadows he's got. Breath on the Bubby, looking for a stun. Is it going to be enough? Stun? No, it does not connect. The Meteor does do a decent bit of damage. Stun onto the Hunter immediately. One execute into an overpower. And I got CyberPowerPC taking him out here. Man. You know, I love seeing the Dead Paladin Pure Bliss. Come on, Doug, you did fine. Bella is going to be up next. Is Bella? Who is Bella? Who is Bella? I like seeing new bodies. I don't think we've seen Bella prior to this before. But Bella, going in for an evasion, not evasion, Cloak of Shadows. Try to see if you can break it. Cloak of Shadows, however, doesn't break you out of those spears like it used to anymore. He needed the PvP talent, but that's long gone now. He has himself still. Evasion, big eviscerates onto Cyberpop. Cheap shot, got him some one more eviscerate for a second. It's just still trying to see if he can stay on top of him. I don't know if Cyberpop got anything available here. He needs a heal. He needs a leap. I was going to say needs a leap, but doesn't go for a leap, though the shortest leap in the world. But Bella does have enough to take him out. With Shadow Puss going to be up next. Stun. Couple of dots. Boomkin? Okay, we got to watch this man play. We got to watch this man play at some point. He's going to win this easily. But in the next match, definitely gonna watch him play. Is it she death? That is she death. It's over. Yeah, it's over at the end. Mies does pick up too. After we had a long fought battle between Cobra and Leo, I think those two need a bit of a rematch, man. I think those two definitely need a rematch, dude. It's awesome seeing Frost Death Knights actually pressing Death Strike and starting to heal. What a buff, man. What a buff. We gotta test the limits of that thing. Johnny and Plus, let me know when you boys are ready. Johnny is ready, so as soon as Plus lets me know, we'll be good to go. Hell yeah. Panic, leap, all good. Meant to hit the arena wall. It's fine, man. Honestly, happens. Try to leap out of the way and then go that far. I don't know with a grapple hook. Good thing at least I always have two grapple hooks, so if I mess one up, I can do the second one as an escape plan for me. We got both of you good. All right, let's send you into a hook. I should mix up these maps a little bit, shouldn't I? I should do things like Lordaeron early. I should do things like Tiger's Peak early, just for like the variety of it. Let me know if you get that one or if I should requeue, boys. Might need to requeue. Oh, we need one? Need a body? Okay. So Azrael is still out and about. We need one more, boys. We need one body over for the Team Leo. Let's see who else do I invite, man. Well, else could I? Inator, does he join these? I don't remember really. Joker, that's from an A. Karner, we got us as Leon. Oh, Leon did ask a couple of times. Rick, there we go. We got Rick. Beautiful, beautiful. Alrighty, that we're good. Now we're set. Now each team is a warlock, so we are perfect. Alrighty, let's set you guys back at the hook point. But Shadow Puss, but yeah, it goes. Sorry, oh, Shadow Puss. All good, man. All good. Hey, you're the guy from yesterday. Hell yeah, glad you at least get to participate. Yo, if you come back later, my guy, we'll hopefully get you a spot. Yeah, we'll hopefully get you a proper spot and everything. Yeah, so maybe we'll get you an opportunity to actually play proper matches. I played in a month. I went from 21st to 105th spot in leaderboards. That's so little. Yeah, honestly, you probably could catch back up to 21st in like a day of actual decent sessions. You know what I mean? The Twilight Girl, Twilight Delve. Next week against the guild, right? Yeah, NNA will have a guild, a separate guild that apparently will be putting a group together. And I talked to them, and it looks like that is going to be happening, which is pretty exciting to me. Alrighty, boys. Switch. Switch. I don't know if I did it right or not. Got ourselves Saya's bot. We got ourselves Ms. DH that we got to play. Leo, that's team. We got ourselves Brick as well as me. One of you guys got to go first. I'm not sure which one it's going to be. It's not going to be Bubby. It's not going to be Cobra or Plush or Bella. It is going to be my boy Goeris. Where's his Mies? I think these two have dueled each other in the past, and I think it was a very, very long, hard-fought match, wasn't it? Stun totem down onto Mies, double stun, has a blink, blinks into a wall, big offensives. Outgoers really early on, knocking Mies, but goes for a trinket to make sure he can make that ascendance damage work for him, and trying to see if he can maximize the pressure onto Mies. Mies just trying to see if he can bunker down around the corner, slow down Goeris' process as best as he can. Does have a knock, doesn't quite send him running actually, doesn't quite send him flying. But it's getting some damage, a little bit of pressure here and there. As long as Goeris, I feel like, tries to get himself some good interrupts on Frost, as well as purging any of the buffs from Mies, specifically shields. As long as he can crack into that health bar directly instead of shields, he'll be golden. Trying to go for a kick. That is going to be a block on Mies really early. And Goeris, even though he doesn't connect with his kick, he still has plenty of damage to give the pressure. Got himself lots of wolves. I was just inside of your skull there for a second. I think I saw you inside of your eyeballs. In your mouth. That is terrifying. That is not the camera review that I wanted to see for the day, dude. I'm actually gonna see inside of this man's skull. What's going on there? Full stun onto Goeris. Meteor Dust will knock to disrupt the cast by Mies. Goeris still takes a loads of damage there, but does end up surviving a good portion of it. That knockback is integral to at least stopping some of that damage and hoping that the rest doesn't shatter nearly as hard as I could. Mies got himself a few shields. Pets are back on him with all that massive generating for Goeris. Mies' shields are just getting absolutely cleaved down, and he's having to go for yet another block. Lots of recovery at only 10% dampening, so he's going to be able to stabilize here a decent bit. If he can sit down for some food too, that would be great. I think Goeris knows that he cannot let Mies... He dropped the totems onto the wall, but they went way up in his Z-axis. They went on top. Wall is down for Mies. Does he break through it? No. He kind of just puts himself up against the wall here. Does give himself an opportunity to go for a breath. Poly onto Goeris. Start to steal whatever buffs he can. Ooh, purple with red eyes. Yo, that looks sick. You know, like, what is it? The Dark Ranger look for your elf. But then also getting that purple Void Elf racial. Procking, that looks actually pretty awesome. Goeris got himself big loss, big ascend. Needs to make sure he's on line inside of Mies to get some damage going. Just gonna start lashing away at the pet. Massive burst onto Mies, 2 globals with the Wind Fury procs is all it took him. Taking him out. Miss my DH is gonna be up next. As Goeris trying to see if he can give himself a little bit of a breather while cooldowns are down. I don't know if Doom Winds is on cooldown for him or what. Pretty sure he is using Doom Winds for his tier set. I just don't really know what the cooldowns are on that thing. I don't know if it's up, I don't know if it's down, I have no idea, honestly. I'm assuming he uses that together with Bloodlust, but I have no clue. It's going to be a stun onto MSDH. This is where Guerrero's trying to see if he gets some damage. Backing away, trying to kind of make sure that he's kind of in melee of MSDH to build some Maelstrom, but then walks away whenever possible, looking for a little bit of healing. Full meta out from MSDH. That's a lot of potential damage. Guerrero does not have a wall for this, and just trying to see if he can live. Wall needs to be used immediately. Does have himself a knockback to avoid the I-beam. There goes a bit of that Bloodlust. Got himself lots of resources. Doomwinds is active. Immunity out from MSDH. Guerrero's still able to build himself lots of Maelstrom. You just need to make sure that Maelstrom and those lightning bolts and temples do connect with the Demon Hunter, as he's gonna back up out of there. This Demon Hunter is the strongest, but seeing cooldowns out of the Shaman, he's trying to be very, very careful with them as best as possible. Zaps out for Guerrero's. MSDH needs to get another stun setup. That's the only thing that's really going to help him out here in this situation. He's got potentially decent damage here. Continue just to rain chaos down onto Guerrero's. Does get a pretty low stun. That's going to be big blade dance. Does have himself enough damage to take him out. Does end up taking it. That is a hard fought match between the two. Guerrero's needed a full ascendance, I think, to take down MSDH here, but just didn't quite have it for the time being. MSDH is going to have to spend plenty of time back here just waiting now, trying to see if he can stay up in the air to avoid getting hit by a Succubus CC, where Cobra just trying to see if he can land some cooldowns on him. MSDH avoiding that stun completely. Mortal is going to be able to connect. Fear right after does some immolate. But MSDH is going to be a rough situation. He needs to blur immediately. Needs to try to use whatever defenses he's got. I think he needs to cleave down on these pets, but I don't really know what he can do in this situation. He's kind of just low on health and just kind of out of options. Does go down as the portal does chase after him. Then it's going to be Rickmeister up next, sending in more pets after Cobra. That's going to be full demons versus demons, pets versus pets, and Cobra actually is able to keep his Infernal kind of close, generating himself a lot of potential resources here. Rick does empower all his pets with the Tyrant. That is a lot of potential damage. Does try to see if he can walk up, wall is up, use a Cataclysm on the pets to generate a lot of resources. But Rick is in a great spot. That's going to be an Overlord charge and then connects with that big slam ability, even through a wall one way or another. Big gateway for Cobra, try to see if he can potentially make some damage happen. Succubus in a great position. Mortal to follow up. Does drop down a Fell Lord for a second in order to get some knockdowns onto Cobra. But he's kind of just in a position where you can't really go backwards. All you can do is go forward. Needs to find himself some line of sight. But even with these pets, I don't even know if he's going to be able to find some line of sight. These pets are always going to be chasing after him, trying to let his stun onto Rick. But for Rick, it's just a matter of just waiting, letting the pets take down Cobra. That's all he needs is put Cobra out the open, where the pets will just savage him down. Pitlord for Pitlord, but it looks like Rick's Pitlord able to get some valuable damage in there at the end. With Bella gonna be up next as a rogue. Rogue versus Demonology Warlock is usually a little bit of a tough one. Whether you sub Assassin or Outlaw, you kind of just need to focus down on Warlock super hard. It is technically possible. Does burn a trinket. Cloak shadows really aggressively here. Blades, everything is available. If you can just min-max damage here now, that might be the play. Bella played it very defensively though. I think with the Shadow Blades, they just need to rush it. I think they just need to rush it because they can't be at Axos anymore. Does take the gateway. Kick needs to come out here for the fear immediately. Need to land those kicks. Mortal right after. More pets are in. And now Bella is in a weird spot where technically you can vanish to catch a bit of a reset. Definitely will need to do it with a Tyrant. But now that Rick is next to the eye, like, what do? You're surrounded by demons. That's a lot of damage. And just with a Chaos Mother just barrel down. Oh, they buffed up Chaos Mother, Overlord, and Pitlord. And that damage buff from Chaos Mother is very noticeable. Is it Plush next? It is Plush next. Also playing Subtlety. So it's got to be Rick pulling his pet back for a second. Can technically stab the pet. However, as soon as you do damage to Rick, past that shield that he has with Soul Leech, eventually the damage to the Warlock is going to damage the pet, breaking your sap. He's got himself Flagellation, full blades. This is everything. He just got to send it and commit the damage. Kick does not go through. Look at Shadows for Plush instead. Wall out for Rick. Trying to see if he can play defensive. Big DFA on the Mortal, so he avoids a bit of CC. Trying not to get feared. Can go for a kick on the fear unless he misses it. It looks like he does end up going for a kick. I don't know if it connected or anything. Rick is still super low. Hold on. This is how your Plush is supposed to do it. That's exactly it. As a rogue, you just got to keep pressing on. Once you break past the first layer of CC and defenses, you just got to keep forcing the damage in until the Warlock falls over. Ban him until he breaks. And for the Warlock, it is the whole purpose of playing defensive, landing CC, and just doing your best trying not to break. Start until Leo does IBF, full settle to Plush, just turn into an ice block up with Riders, taking him out very quickly with Leo, trying to see if he can charge into Bubby. immediately. Is going to be able to break out of that CC with the human racial. And Bobby just wants to try to see if he can get Leo all surrounded by the pets with a bit of line of sight, just so he can spam those kill commands back to back. All he needs is just a little bit of that sight of the Leo for just a second. Try to see if you can keep up with him as best possible, so you can keep commanding those pets effectively. And then Leo just having a really hard time getting away from those pets. Death and Decay helps slow down some of them, but he can't slow down all of them. Lichborn is being used here. Does have Death Pact. Technically has Dark Sim. I don't really know if he gets him from Dark for Bubby. Maybe like a Freezer Trap, because technically that is like counts as a spell, sorta. Like if you silence a hunter, they can't use a Freezing Trap. But for Leo, not a lot of health to work with. I think he does go down. Bubby, way too much physical damage. Turtle Shell just letting the pets and the bear take him out, and all those pets are getting sent in. So I got Sia's Bob leaping right in there. Does he have enough here? Full stun onto Bubby. Needs to get a big spear. That is massive. Scatter for a second. Bubby just trying to see if he can get some CC. Does get a knock into Sia's Bob in order to try to see if he can get himself some CC. You want to be a stun intimidation right as he gets himself a charge. As soon as you get away from a warrior, you're in a great spot. For Sia Bob, he just got to find a way to get himself a big avatar. I think with a Blaze Storm and a lockdown onto Bubby. That's what he needs. If he is a Slayer, I don't think he's a Colossus. Bubby's super low. Blaze Storm does doing a lot of damage. Bubby's under a lot of pressure. I think it's over. Just lawnmowers him down. That's exactly what you needed. Well done. Rick picking up too. Well done. So it looks like Warlocks do fall. Looks like eventually over time they do end up falling. Let's get us another one going, boys. Yeah, uno más. Johnny Boy and Plush, let me know when you boys are ready and we'll be good to go, boys. And it looks like Johnny says he's immediately ready. This part gives me the go ahead, dude. We'll get you guys into some of the arenas we did later towards the tail end of last night's stream. Beautiful matches, man. 2 seconds? Sounds good, Plush. Let me know when you're good. The Warrior's name, dude, is hilarious, though. What made you want to rechange the name, Warrior's name, Rez? What made you want to change the name, dude? It literally paid for a name change. Is it from yesterday, like the team effort between you and Leo? You're like, I got Sia's Bop, we're good. Let's do... We did this map really late last night, so let's do it first. Still learning, that's what matters? Hell yeah, dude. When I bell for Rachel Bop. Oh! That's funny. I feel like that name is... I feel like that name is gonna be funny for like like a week, and then you give like, man, I need a name for the warrior again. I feel like if you wait, I need one mate to go. Ready? Wait, what? Ready? Okay, we're good. We try again. We queue again. If it was good enough for the moment. I like Envy. I think it's a good name, but it's up to you, man. Whatever you want to do. It's your choice, man. Your choice. But I'm pretty sure, like, if you message Blizzard devs quick enough, I think within 24 hours of a name change, you can be like, actually, yeah, I've made a mistake. I thought I'd make a really funny name, but it's actually really, like, it's gonna get old, and I think I made a mistake. Because they can give you a refund within 24 hours. I don't know if that's like official policy, but that's usually what they do. And they'll do it for free. Yeah, like within 24 hours, like, cause you know they get it. Like people will get like a character service. Like I've done it before too. Like I went like originally my rogue was a Nightborn, and then I was just like went back to Belth. Or originally the character was Belth. Then I went Nightborn whenever they came out. And at some point I wanted to go Belth to be more competitive, but I was like, well, that's kind of boring. I kind of miss my Nightborn. Just report myself. You don't need to report. Like if it's within 24 hours, you should be able to open a ticket. But yeah, you could just report yourself. True. So true. Ray gonna be first up. Man's gotta find a way to hold the fort. That's gonna be a Ralphfist up next. Blago switching out to the Retribution Paladino. I like the mug you were trying to go for. Like a little bit of this like dark, evil looking red. Iron looking. Rick actually switching out from Demonology to Destruction this time around, however, with a bolt getting sent into Ralphfist. Quite a lot of damage, able to break through that shield division. It's like it's nothing. Popping it like a balloon. Big bolt right after with more incinerates. Got himself a big Pit Lord joining as well, but a bubble out for Rally just immune to that damage altogether. Big dark pack for Rick, however, so he's able to hold on strong with the damage from Ralphfist. Off of the bubble, however, he doesn't look like he had too much damage going on to follow up with. Suck him a CC into a fear, does end up getting some more damage, get another fear right after, does get himself plenty of damage. It's going to be magic community, but oh, Overlord looks like does spell damage, not physical. For some reason, I thought the Overlord would just get you with a big physical overhead swing, but apparently not. This is going to be Rockfist with a blind. Does he have a blessing, Searing Glare to follow up? I don't know if he does. Reflect up for a second. Rockfist does get hit with an AoE fear, so now you know Rick does not have a, oh, still got damage though. I was gonna say doesn't have a mortal coil, so you're not gonna have CC, but still got damage. Coldbreak getting hit immediately with a second CC. Trinkets, reflect, drop it down Infernal into Rick's head. Does trade stuns. That's gonna be Rick. Back it up out of there. Does have a Warlock Hellster coming up here in just a moment. Has himself Dark Pact as well. There's gonna be a lot of free damage out for Coldbreak with all those portals. Rick does have AoE fear, so he closes the gap. He can AoE fear him. Does get it. What is that range on AoE fear? I feel like it should be about as close as like the Shadow Priest fear, but I feel like Priest really gotta get up in melee of you in order to land a good fear. Coldbreak also taking the gateway just to catch up with Rick. Mortal does go for a bolt, and that is going to be able to connect. Reflect up for Rick for a second. Coldbreak trying to be very, very careful with the reflect. That is going to be a Pit Lord attacking somebody. I think it was Plush. I think it was just attacking Plush instead of Coldbreak. That is so weird. Why was Rick's pet attacking or someone attacking Plus there? It's going to be Kilrog replacing back for Rick to put the pet a little bit closer. Does end up sacrificing some of his health for his own Shivara. But he's just not in a great spot, man. He's just kind of sticking it out in the cubby. Reflect AoE out for Cobra. Does end up splitting the soul. Does not get a reflect of that, unfortunately. That is going to be Fear onto Cobra. Shadow Fury. Rick, this bolt may be the end for you. Is going to go for Warlock House. Cobra also with a Lock House, though, does have himself. It looks like a wall. He does have a wall right now. Rick, Dark Pact is the only thing keeping him alive. Bolt is going to connect. Does go for a port to avoid the stun. Fear does get himself a reflect. Bolt one. Second bolt. Quick bolt. Oh, breaking through the defenses, but the Dark Pact was holding on strong. Bolts are back out for Cobra. Rick is super low, but so is Cobra. Fear for a second, trying to get some damage in. Fear to follow. Rick takes one more bolt from a portal. Big bolt on the Cobra. Is it enough to drain him? Oh, he does win it. There's no shot. You just want that. There's no way you just won that duel. Are you alive? Barely, but he is alive, and Bella ain't gonna give you a chance here. Get the shot immediately. Does have a trinket with a port. Need a land CC or summon Fear or anything? Oh, suck him a CC. Bella taking him out. That was so crazy. How did you survive it? Man, that was amazing. Wait, Bella? Oh, I saw her frozen up for a second. If you were getting a clip of the AoE, I was going to put you out in the open. Bella does secure a kill. You can call it a kill seal. I call it a kill secure. Does secure a kill here really quickly. Smoke bomb down for a second. This is going to be getting the shot out for me. Does have ultra, so he's actually perfectly okay. I never realized there was like an AoE like platform that the ultra image has with the arcane. Like there's actually like a circle or a rune thing at the floor, at the feet of the clone, the altered image, I guess is the word I want to use there. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I didn't realize it just had that many spell effects on it. Mies does not see where the rogue is at. Can't really guess. He's gonna go for the eyes. And Bella, choice, either hide behind the pillar, which is exactly what you're gonna go for, while shifting power is out, or you gotta rush him, but he sees exactly where you are, hits you with a flurry. That's gonna be lots of misses. Bella may need something here. I don't know if you have anything to work with. Does end up going behind the pillar. There's gonna be instants, blizzards down, trying to see if he can step. There's gonna be a cheap shot. You have another step, does have a step. Trying to make some damage happen, but it's gonna be a full stun to Bella. I think it's lights. Oh, it is so light. Nothing you can do there. Goer is charging it up next. Fought Mies multiple times now. I think he's figured out exactly what strategies he wants, but Mies got a lot of offensive pressure onto Goer's immediately. Just barraging him with so many instances back to back. Flurries down, lances over and over. Even standing still to cast a blizzard or frostfire bolt or two. Doesn't get locked out on frost. Actually, he's just dead. Oh, your health! He got locked out on frost and I thought it was over. But then he lived! Although, with 25% dampening, there's just not a lot. Only 25% less healing. That block does not really heal for a lot, does it? Trick it out for Guerreros. Oh, Mies. Oh, Mies. Oh, Mies. Got shields. But Guerreros can just swipe away with a single purge. That is the problem. Shift the power out from me, so maybe you'll be able to work with someone here. Goeris does go for the range damage, trying to see if you can remove the shields. Alter is available from Mies. Could potentially remove it with a purge. Mies may need to alter. Oh! I was thinking Mies might be able to get out of there, but then the Tempest, though! I know it's just Goeris pressing buttons, but that Tempest felt like a BM play, right? It's just like, oh, maybe they can get out, maybe they can get out. Psych! It's gonna be a down on the ground play by Goeris. Looks like Leo tried to see if he could spell steal. Summon from Goeris' kit. I don't even know what ability you're gonna be able to spell steal from him. He dropped down a bulwark. He dropped down a root totem. I don't think you can steal totems, can you? Highly doubt it, unless you can. Wait, did you spell steal a totem from him? Is that what happened? Is that what you stole? Because it is dark saying or dark simulacrum. So that's going to be allow him to spell steal the next cast from Goeris. But I don't really know what of shaman spells you can steal. Because I don't think you can steal mechanics like a totem. Can you? Is going to be able to take down Goeris, however. Leo has plenty of damage, plenty of pressure. Is able to take down the Shamsky with Blush in the bag. Just kind of giving himself a chance here. Oh, I kind of like this whole look you got going on. Dagger in one hand, Parasol in the other. Right? I kind of like that. It's like, you know what? I don't need one dagger. I just need one. I'm gonna look fancy out here with my little Parasol. But I'm just need one dagger is all I need. Doesn't hold on to it. Imagine if you just held on to the Parasol the entire time. That would look sweet. Actually, I think that would look pretty cool. Blush trying to see if he can just keep the pressure on to Leo. Doesn't want to give him a moment to take a breather at all. Just continue to land stuns after stuns. Big secret technique. DFA to follow. Mad DFA damage. How hard did that DFA hit? I need to know now. That is a big crit. Ms. DH is up next. As a Demon Hunter, you technically have advantage. You can see where rogues are in stealth. So that stealth mechanic, it literally can be countered. That being said, Demon Hunter is also very, very squishy. So are rogues in a way. Both of your classes can take a lot of damage very, very quick. Just a spectral sight. Kill the shot immediately. Do you trinket it? Or do you hold on? Disarm. So it looks like out of the... was Disarm a bit of a misplay? Potentially. Does get himself a bit of a backflip with a DFA to break out of it. Does go for a big eviscerate. I think somebody used a trinket. I think it was Plush. Was it to break out of the imprison? Meta right now for Ms. DH. Got himself a bit of cleave damage. Is it enough for some Plush? I need to follow. Picking up a little bit of healing. Let's try to see if he can get himself a reset. May need to go for a vanish. Does go for a proper meld. But the Demon Hunter able to go for a hunt right after. Oh, no more trinket. I think Lights for Plush potentially. Vanish? Is that enough? Vanish to give yourself a bit of a shield. Need a bit of a heal. Sippy cup. You can still see the Demon Hunter. Oh, the cheap shot trinket to follow. Blade dance. Oh. Oh, that blade dance was exactly what you needed. Rake picking up 2, dude. That was some play. Destro v Destro. And you somehow miraculously survived it. That was crazy, man. That was crazy good. Yeah, let's just another one going, boys, here, yeah? Uno más. What do we normally do as later games? We usually do something like, a, what am I thinking? 7.5 mil DFA? Bro. Whole entire health bar. Wait, do you have a screenshot of it? In details? Hold on a second. Can I get a screenshot of it in details? Or recount Scott or whatever the hell you use, or like if you could find a combat log of it. I doubt it is there, but I need to see it, man. Dude, that looks nutty. What the hell? 7.5 mil is a lot. I think that's, I mean, he has at least 10 million health, so it's like 70% of his health in a hit. That's a lot. That was a Valpera monk. Foxy Uwu. Yo, Foxy Uwu, man. The blades for 50k. Oh, it is like a 4.5. Oh, eviscerate itself 4.5, then the shadow damage of 1.4, the blades for 500. That still counts. Yeah, it still counts. That's 7.5 mil DFA. Yeah, that still counts. Because all that stuff connects. That's a lot. Blades only 500 from that? That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Elemental focusing lens, 50k Deathstalkers. Yeah, oh yeah, that's actually nutty. Yeah, if you have a screenshot for like in details, I just want to see that eviscerate specifically. The hard hitting. Or do you mean like 7.5 mil DFA, like everything connected during that DFA? Also 3 million sec tech that hit at the same time. That's, so is that all like you combining all of it together for 7.5 mil? Or is that just like on top of it for 7.5 mil? That's a lot of damage either way. That's a ton. Alrighty, let me know when you're good. All together? Ah, got it. That's crazy. That is wild. But let me know when you're good. Or if you got a screenshot. I also want to keep it. Is that a DFA? I'm pretty sure it'll just have at least like the numbers of a big hit. But yeah, let me know. Need one. Alright, cool. We need one more for Team Plus, boys. If y'all want to join in, group is going to be listed under LFG Raids Legacy Multi-Core, boys. Multi-Core. And as soon as they're good to go, we'll get another one up and running. I'll give it a second. List it up when we need, or if you just want to invite a homie, that could work too, man. Life of Warrior is gonna get a pop. Sure. I need rats. I'm walking to come up next week. Vendors Mog I need. Yo, when is the next time walking that we're getting? Because I haven't done time walking in like a second. Feels like I haven't done time walking in a second. A Dark Fair tomorrow. Heck yeah, dude. Alright, we gotta go, boys. If y'all want to join Team Plush together with Cobrib and Goeris, you're more than welcome to. Group is up right now. Oh, you guys are getting Dastardly Duels on a Tuesday? We're getting it on I guess we also get it on Tuesday too. Oh yeah, I forget. You guys get your recess on a Wednesday. That is so weird. Wait, you guys get Sunday at the end of the week? For NA, Sunday is like at the start of a week. No wonder calendars all kinds of weird for me, man. Whenever I go from EU to NA, I get like super confused about it because like whole thing just shifted. You know what I mean? Also got a question. In NA, in America at least, in US, do people consider like a week starts on a Sunday or a Monday? In US, does a week start on a Sunday or a Monday? In the United States, a week traditionally starts on a Sunday and ends on a Saturday, while the international standard defines Monday as the first day of the week. Bro, I've been living my life as Monday first day of the week for like ever. Holy. Oh, you actually do have it. Oh yeah. Holy. Yeah, you have yourself. Hold on. You actually have the clip, man. You actually got the look at the dude. Look at the chat. We actually got the full breakdown of what happened there. Hit Leo with a eviscerate for 3.9 with 489 absorbed. So we can run up to like 500, right? So it's like 4.5 direct physical eviscerate. Then Shadow Blades hit for additional why is so much are we getting absorbed? Then Shadow Blades hit him for like 500 basically. Then eviscerate shadow damage hit you for additional like 1.3. And then Fatal Intent also hit him with, is that the Execute one for a bit of damage? Melee hit for a bit of damage. Shadow Blades then hit Leo for additional 130. And then Shadow Blades from I think the melee hit him for additional. Hunt him down hit Leo for a little bit of damage. Yeah, that is a lot though, but its own. The eviscerate hit is huge. Next week I finally get Wargo Transmog. Oh yeah, the TBC one. Is that TBC? Is that what we get? Oh yeah, we do get TBC. I like the TBC Wrath as well as Kata because you get the raid and that's a lot of champion track and hero track pieces. Great for alts. I got my Demon Hunter that I probably need to do stuff on. Buffs up Rogue. They just did 5% damage. They just buffed them. I do like that with the gear though. It is gonna scale. That spec is gonna hit really hard in the last season. But beers don't give rogues enough love. Yeah. Yeah, rogues actually, if anything, we've only gotten nerfed in most cases. We don't really get buffed. But we end up like coming out on top anyway, some one way or another. That's just been like a regular thing. From expansion to expansion. In most cases, rogues get nerfed. Because we're already way too good and they're trying to just bring us down to where everybody is at. But we usually, because we scale well with gear, we just end up coming out on top at the end of the season in particular. That's okay, they're happy they just put Fury to the ground with the nerfs. Yeah. Yeah, I really do think we should be doing more tuning for PvP specifically, if anything. I feel like for the season, like PvE tuning, like they already got a meta, right? Unholy DK, Balanced Druids, Arcane Mages, you got Disc Priest, and then you got Avenged Demon Hunter. That is the god comp right now. That is the meta comp. You can technically play like a physical god comp, which is also very, very effective. You can pair basically any melee classes with a Resto, like if you play a hunter with a Resto Shaman, it's also really, really good as a comp as well. You can also play Mistweaver too as a healer, and all that. But yeah. Together happy, they just put Fury together. Yeah. Oh, you guys are good. Nice. Should be good to go then. And yeah, I'm kind of excited about Dastardly Duels, man. That should be quite a bit of fun. I'm hoping it'll actually be kind of difficult. Like from PTR, we didn't get to do too many bosses back to back, but should be a lot of fun. Tigers won. That's what I mean. Miss being a Fury main. I'm just too slow. I feel that honestly. Fury is fast paced and very, very active. I think that's really, really cool. But yeah, I do. This is why I'm like, they should definitely continue doing tuning, right? You could just make Fury like good without making it overpowered. The problem is they just like saw that everybody's playing Fury and then they gutted it, so people are just like, well, I guess I'm playing arms now. But then it's like they could have just done another tuning pass to like, okay, let's make Fury decent, but not like OP. Not incredible amount of pressure, but like very, very playable. That's all you gotta do, right? Just keep tuning classes, do a little bit of tuning, a little bit of dial nudging every week until classes just feel perfect. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. And I feel like as soon as they see a class become like really insanely powerful, they need to make like faster answer to like nerf stuff. If they could do that, like faster responses for PvP and then little nudges and tuning every single week until classes are perfect, that's all they need to do. And if they can accomplish that, then the game I think will be a lot more fun, because then the tuning will be a little bit more finely tuned and defined. But also, you'll be focusing on making classes more playable for everybody. That'll be good too. Like, I just can't think of a way that I'll be a losing formula. You know what I mean? Having a good script. What's up, Outlet? I do my man. Yeah, dude. As soon as we got spots, man, we can get you in here. Also, is Miko around? You want to bring your homie into it? I'm asking only because you usually bring Miko in. I usually ask like, yo, can I get a buddy with +1? But if you just want to fly solo, man, you're more than welcome to. Sound onto Bob Saya. Oh, it's going to be a parry, trinket, everything. Evasion now for Bella. She's not a trinket, fear to follow. You just try to lock the rogue down. That aggressive trinket parry may potentially put you in a bit of a weird spot overall, though, as it is a full kidney. I think it's going to be no reset for Bella. I was expecting for reset. Got him some blades. Potentially damage could be here with flagellation. Cheap shots. Kind of running himself out on the sun. Diaz, I think, just dead. Okay, I think CyberPowerPC ended up playing very, very, very risky. But I think Bella, I think they didn't realize that they were behind that fast, that quick. I'm ready to join in someone, Koopa. Yo, get you in here, man. Get you in here. If your boy's got a spot, get this guy in here, yeah? CyberPowerPC, though, I was almost expecting for him to get punished when he trinketed with a parry up immediately, but didn't quite happen. Does get a spear onto Cobra. He needs himself a gateway to escape this. Does use the gate. And CyberPowerPC, I don't know if you got mobility to catch up. Does go for a leap. This is going to be a port for Cobra. How do you pre-position that ahead of time? Or to use that like eyeball tech in order to position a portal ahead of time? How does that work anymore? I remember Warlocks used to be able to do that, like use the eye kill rug and then place a portal. I don't know if that's exactly what I did or just ran by there. CyberPowerPC, I think he's just dead. He's got a big old chaos boulder barreling down on him. Blazestorm is out, able to do a bit of damage to Cobra and able to get a couple of those value mortal strikes in, able to break past those defenses. But he's super low in health. Parry is up. It's going to help dampen some of the damage, but the bolt is way too much. With Rick going to be up next, charge it out. Immediate succubus CC. Pre-position that pet as he's making his way across with the Shadow Fury onto Cobra. Fear to follow. Just not giving him a chance here. Bolt 1, second bolt 2. It's just done. Oh, reflect. Ah, that reflect. I think he was trying to see if he could maybe get a mortal coil on Cobra. Casting bolt. Reflect. Another bolt. Just gonna pelt it from a distance over on the by the Overfiend. Or yeah, Overfiend? I think it is Overfiend. It's gonna be those overlords jumping in though. Landing those slams back to back to either one of them. Rick trying to see if he can get himself a pet. Switching out to a Fell Hunter, actually. And it looks like Cobra is still gonna stay with the Succubus. I think he's just gonna try to see if he can CC the Succubus and using the Fell Hunter to land kicks onto Cobra. but also spell steal some of his buffs. Mortal Call, however, on both the pet as well as Rick, not going to feel that good at all. Though does go for the AoE Fear, with Rick not playing the Mortal Call whatsoever. Playing the AoE Fear might be good in some situations. You are lacking healing, but I'm pretty sure the cooldown of that Howl of Terror is really short and allows you to get super melee, super aggressive, landing those extra fears without having to cast a fear. So one less thing to cast around with, but also AoE fear. So let's say like you're playing against Cobra, you're hitting his pet as well as Cobra at the same time with the AoE fear. Cobra can't do much. This is going to be Rick trying to see if he can land that fear. Trick to follow right after. Rick does get himself some downs on a Cobra. That is a pet steal on Cobra as best as he can be. Reflect off for Cobra so you can't really get kicked. Does land himself an Infernal around the corner with a Mortal Call right after. The pet can still interrupt you. Does land the kick on fire with his soul cleaned out of his body. Can't smell the jumping in, but it's actually focusing it down on the pet over Rick. Yo, Chaos Mother, please. Mama, please hit the right target. Stun around the corner. Rick doesn't go for a fear onto that succubus. Cobra is just kind of floundering all in his zone right now, just floating around. Got himself a port. Rick able to get a couple insta-casts here, but under a ton of pressure. Cobra not in a great spot right now. He needs to get the succubus to CC. Is succubus dead? No, it's not. Oh, does land the CC though. Although for Cobra, this could be an opportunity. Nope, doesn't quite go for it. It's going to be AoE stun with a bolt one. Dark Pact is up for Rick. Reflect for Reflect. AoE Fear onto Rick. I think it's Cobra. I think it's just over. Shadow burns him down and taking him out. Trying to see if he can switch over to a Syad. Plus, he ain't gonna let it happen. So Rick ready to go for a fast cast swap onto his pets. Is gonna go for a wall. Cloak of Shadows for Plush, just avoiding those fears completely. It's gonna be a big gateway. Can he go for it? Does go for the gate on DFA. Still connects either way. Step does end up walking on the platform, but yet another eviscerate. Oh, that is so much damage. Yeah, plus I think he's figured out, like, he just got to break past a little bit of CC. Not letting Rick switch over to the succubus did end up screwing him over. Definitely screwed him over for sure. I don't know if he had fear coming up at that point or not. I have no idea. Looks like it's back up now, but I don't know if he had it during the moment where he was about to die. That's just so rough, man. I don't know me. I don't know what Nicholas said something about Peg Day. Okay. You know what? Outlawed Koopa, I don't need to know what Mikola's into, but you know what? Let it, everybody's got their tastes. Yeah? Everybody's got their the flavor of poison and the like. Why are you outing Miko like that? Big DFA dodges the brass, big slammer jammer on the eviscerate. Mace might just go. Oh! Unless you block, you trust in that altar. Trust in the arcane. You can't trust nothing. Not against a rogue. Holy plush. Just eviscerating him. Yo, if you can go through for 3 plush, that'd be some wild work right here. So plush does have himself a shadow melt. Doesn't let him quite catch it or escape. Does have a disarm for Leo. May need to go for a disarm here. That is a lot of damage on a DK. Does go for a disarm real fast. Get a shot to reverse it. Does have a human racial if he needs to. Maybe you could juke it. Leo knows he doesn't want to juke. Dude, that TD. Oh, TD. Rocking that cheat death. Cheap shot. Let's try to see if he can make last minute play. That's all he's got. Down a little damage onto Leo. Actually forced a lot of cooldowns out of him in general, but just not enough to take it. All right, Leo. Second to last on the team. You still got Ms. DH on your standby, but you got to find a way to get some victories here. You take down the rogue. Caught up a lot of healing, by the way. Just a couple of death strikes off of that earthy elemental, and you are back in action. Just try to see if you can avoid Goer's while he's got Bloodlust while, is that Doomman's tomb? I'm not even sure, but Goer's is able to catch up with you pretty easily. He's kind of all over the place. I can't even tell where he's at, to be honest, sometimes. Like, where... Are we both seeing the same thing, Leo, or is it just me? Because it looks like Goer's is literally everywhere and nowhere. As soon as he goes Ghost Wolf form, he's just, like, blinking around the map. Huh? What about... What is happening? I can't be the only one seeing this, right? I didn't say it was a bad thing? Oh, no. Just gotta say, why you gotta out your boy like that, too? Ain't there no secrets amongst friends? Leo does run back in towards Goer's. He does have Bloodlust. So you could potentially go Bloodlust Doomans. Oh, wait, it does have a cooldown for Doomans, though. Looks like he does. Full riders are up for Leo. Wall out for Guerreros. This go counter offensive here. Potentially could. Last time it worked out really well for him. Bloodlust. He's got himself. No lust, actually. No loss yet. Full ascend. Got us some big defenses. Leo trying to see if he can use Twilight Devastation to see if he can break past Guerreros, though. That is going to give him a little bit of shielding, but he's just got himself lots of potential raw damage right now as an enhancement. Leo able to cleave a lot of the chunks of health out of Guerreros, but that lightning, that tempest, it is just a little bit too much damage right now. It's a little bit too much to handle for the moment. He's got the pest that he can at least death strike off of, but with a death pack, he just can't heal. Stun does go for a blind real quick onto Guerreros, picking up a little bit of healing in between those stuns. Silence on the Guerreros, picking up a little bit of health again. AMS is active. Pets are still going to be rushing at you. You can at least pick up a little bit of healing. A 44% dampening. At the very least, good thing that Shelmos don't have a mortal strike effect or anything like that, right? Otherwise, he'd be real in trouble. And Leo, oh, that lightning bolt just now, that hurt so much. That was just pain. So much pain. Let's go, Guerreros. Frost strikes. Leo got himself one last bastion of offense. Trying to see if he can make a play off of it. Lightning bolts for Guerreros. Leo just have to be very, very careful with it. He does have riders coming out in a few seconds. I don't know if he just waits until riders. He might just have to wait until and send riders in with a silence on the Guerreros. Guerreros will not have a burrow, will not have a bulwark totem, will not have a wall. Root around the corner. Silence. He just might have to go for it early here. He just got to find a way to stop Guerreros. Shut him down. Maybe AMS on top of it. Guerreros picking up a lot of healing. You just need one last big go. Lasso! Stops a lot of Leo's go. Freebie damage does go for a grip. Blind to follow. Drake gets out of it. Another grip. Into a stun. That's your last chance. Big damage to Guerreros. Wait, he's breaking through it. He's doing it. Oh my god, that burst! Those frost strikes. Oh, baby. That was so much damage. That was without Pillar of Frost or anything. Bobby leaping in as a survival hunter to just take a couple of globals, take down Leo. Does have AMS. That's a spear of the eagle, dude. That is so much damage. It does go in for a bit of a many bandages here. Miss the age, tried to go for a bit of a hunt. Does not connect. Does not go for cooldown though. Should be able to use Spectre Sight to find the hunter. Does run into a binding shot, however. Bobby's just gonna go for that long range play. Just try to see if he can keep his distance away from Miss the age as best as possible. Does connect with a hunt, but a turtle shell. I think it stops the damage completely. He does end up walling. I don't think he meant to use wall there. I think he just meant to turtle. Maybe? Char Trap is going to help him keep the Demon Hunter at bay for a moment. But those sigils with fear, locking him down. That is a trade on CC. Still go for the Hunter. He still might be able to get away. I don't know if he can go for a proper stun for a while. Does play the full pack leader playstyle. So he's got himself a bear rushing in and everything. That's a lot of potential damage though. Stun on to Missy H. Oh, I think he's just done. Oh, it does go down. Bobby taking it. Does he continue to spear even though he's stunned? Does he keep jabbing that spear even after he's like CC'd? How does that work even? Let's get ourselves another going, boys, yeah? Gotta go, baby. Uno más, uno más. Music in the background. I can get you my mix. One sec, I can get you my mix. I do like how they took the, what is it, the Farseer build? They gave him like different shaman armors. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. We got 720 something. Yeah. Plus, let me know when you are good to go. What is that? I read messages from him. And John, let me know when you're good to go. Both of you are ready. Beautiful. Yeah. I got you. Wait, didn't I remove this song? I'm not a fan of this song. Here we go. That's what I'm using. Alright, boys. Let's get ourselves. Oh, never mind. Leo needs a +1. We need one more. Over the team, Leo. Real quick, boys. Uno más. I'm gonna list the group. See if we get you guys in here. Yo, Koopa. We got you a spot, man. Got you a spot, my boy. Join us. Or try to just invite you directly. We got a spot for you, my man. Azrael, there you are, bud. There you are. Hey, there you go. Sun Fury, I get you a next time, my man. Get you next time. Wait, do I gotta... Yeah. And yeah. Koopa did ask about it, so here we are. I'm gonna feel bad denying these guys, but I have to. We'll get you guys in once we get space, yeah? Why did I say the word space so weird? Space. We got space. What am I trying to do there? It's like I'm doing an accent. Like I'm trying to impersonate like a celebrity or something. G-Funk, one love. Yo, G-Funk, the flying troll. How you doing, buddy? It's been a while since seen you here. How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. You want Outlaw? It's whatever you want to play, man. Whatever you feel like. Whatever spec you want to have fun with. It is up to you, Azrael. Okay? Up to you, my guy. Got a spot, but I got size Bob. Yeah, you guys are good. You got a spot, but I got size Bob. That's true, that's true. Not wrong, big true. Oh, you are out. Nice. Yeah, whatever you want to play, man. Whatever you want to play. Okay, I think I saved that one. Beautiful. Dude, I feel like we got... How many duels do you even get to do? I don't even know. I didn't count. But it feels like we get to do so many of them in such a short time. Is Dragon gonna join? I'll check. Yeah, I'll check after the match if we got more spots, man. We'll see. We'll see. Switch. We got ourselves Bubby over for the team too. We got ourselves Cobra Goeris hanging out in the tunnel. We got ourselves also Bella hanging out in the pipe, and it's gonna be Plush first up versus Leo. A bit of a rematch between these two. Last time Plush, I think he was trying to see if he can get IBF out of Leo, but doesn't get it. Instead, he's just gonna go for a bit of a reset-y spaghetti here. But Leo just trying to see if he can make his way over. Just trying to see, I guess, keep dots on the Plush. Trying not to get juked out with a step. Is going to go for a blind. Trick it out for Plush with a blind of his own. Is looking for a bit of a reset. But the Rider should get a slow on him. Looks like he is Chain of Ice. That is going to be a full stun. That is a lot of damage. A ton of pressure by the Death Knight. Plush definitely needs to get an answer. Evasion, the clock shot do get used really early. Get a shot. Leo breaks out of it with an IBF. Maybe potentially a disarm here. Plush actually instead is going to go for a Vanish. I think trying to make sure that he can get away while the cloak was active, just to make sure he doesn't get dotted. But looks like someone is definitely still keeping him in taking damage out of stealth at the very least. I guess it's a Frost Fever, right? Frost Fever as a dot has a very long duration. There's some dots in the game that have like a ridiculously long duration. And even though DK is not really a dot heavy class, not like how it used to be kind of like consuming dots for obliterates way back in the day. Even though it's not a dot heavy class, that dot lasts for quite a while. I feel like last time that dot hit really hard was like BFA, but then BFA DK was really weird in general. It was a lot of auto attack damage. It was a lot of dot damage for one reason or another. It just felt like your burst was not existent. Leo taking lots of damage, dropping down a dome. I don't know if that can reach him. Hopefully it can. Having to go for a death back here just to give himself a little bit of health. Plush, super low, find himself on the edge of a knife right now. Not in a great spot. Leo breaks out a stun. Trying to see if he can take down Plush right here, right now. Warlock Hellstone, but it does get cleaned down very quickly. Oh, it does go down. Even the Warlock Hellstone apparently just wasn't enough. It was right out of his reach. As soon as he chomped it down, Leo hit him with a big Frost Strike, eliminating all that gained health. It is wild just how hard Frost Death Knights can really hit, man. But a big explosive by Bubby taking out Leo. Man, these boys are just throwing everything at one another. Just leaving each other just left with nothing. Bubby did not have to commit too many cooldowns, however. I think he went offensives. He used offensives versus Leo. But he does have plenty of defense at least to deal with. Mies does interrupt his shift in power, breaking out of that turtle shell. Big Ray of Frost cannot interrupt anymore though. So actually Bubby's going to take a lot of the shatter damage. Stun short onto Mies. Mies with a bit of a greater invis, trying to see if he gives himself a bit of DR. Breath to follow, looking for a stun. Going to be pet stack, trinket out for Bubby. Is going to get stunned up. There's a lot of shatter. Is it enough though? Hold on a second. The lances are doing work, but Mies is not though. Doesn't quite take down Bubby. Bubby does end up picking up Exilda. That's going to go for a bit of a wall as well. Man, that is just a lot of damage out of the Hunter, but also lots of damage out of the Mage as well. Does go for the blink, leaping to him. Almost landing that interrupt on our Frost though. That could have been huge. Mead's got himself a couple instances. Pet is frozen for a second. Oh! But looks like that Pet just does damage from behind the pillar. Just walks up. Maybe there's like a dot or something. Together? I really don't know. Rick Mice to try to see if he can position towards Bubby. Is going to go for the fear on that main raptor pet. That bear is going to do a lot of damage though. Bears actually are pretty hectic. Chaos does not get it interrupted. Bubby needs something here. Oh, that bolt. Oh, that bolt. Oh, it's just over. Letting the kick on the bolt was integral, but yeah, Rick is not gonna let you get a cast, get a kick on that whatsoever, man. Ain't happening. Ain't happening. Bella is gonna be up next as a rogue versus Rick Meister, and Rick playing against rogues. I feel like now he might have a bit of a better play here. Second BCC immediately, Bella with a trinket, but goes in for a fear right after. Into yet another fearful, dodge to Bella. At the very least, he's got plenty of damage from a distance. Bella with a smoke bomb for a second. I think just trying to find a way out of this situation, but I don't really know what they can do without a vanish. Cloak, vanish does get used, but maybe a little bit delayed. Eyes are being picked up, but he already knows where Bella is. I think Bella is lagging a little bit, isn't it? Isn't that the case? It feels like Bella is just lagging just even a little bit. Feels like they were definitely out of the circle last second, but then they got ported either way. It feels like some of their ability usages is like a little bit delayed. I'm not really sure. Might be the case. That Overlord though, almost taking you out just single-handedly, leaping in there with a big old execute. Rick trying to see if he can get himself a good angle here versus Bella. Or might just have to wait it out, honestly. Syed? Wait, did he switch out? Wait. Oh, you do have a Fell Hunter. Why do you have a Fell Hunter? Didn't you have a Syed earlier? Did you somehow switch pets at some point? Or do you always have... Wait, hold on. Did you always have a Fell Hunter? Okay, well now you try to switch over. Well, or no? It was gonna switch over to Syed. Or is he prepping for like the next guy? If it's like, oh, if it's Cobra, I want to make sure they have a good pet out. Maybe that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to switch out pets, preparing for the next competitor. Maybe that would explain it actually. Rick just did a couple of globals versus Bella that does go for a fear off of that step. Instead of Shadowburn or two. Bella, she dead. Is gonna be maybe more like Healthstone? No. Does end up taking him out. Cobra is up next, and Rick already has the right pet for the situation. So he's going to be able to lock down Cobra. He does get himself reflect immediately. Cobra with a bit of a dark pact of his own. Dropping down an Inferno down onto Cobra. Looking for a fear on that Succubus. Dodging away from Cobra's attacks. And Cobra seeing the gateway. Does he follow up with the gateway of his own? No, he doesn't. Dropping Inferno next to Rick, however. Might be a wall out of Rick. Does go for AoE fear. With a mortal coil connecting. Cobra does go for a bolt or two. Does he have enough? Bolt trying to come out, trying to get interrupted. I think that's what he's careful with. There's going to be a wall, fear, spam. It's going to be Rick with a wall of his own. I'm trying to switch over to a right target, but I can't. Cobra trying to get him some bolts in. More Infernos to summon in. Bolts are flying. Rick is super low though. Cobra, I think, does end up taking it. Just needed a little bit more damage. Just a little more damn, with Koopa going to be up next. In Trinket immediately for that second. Let's try to see if we catch up to Cobra. Should be able to do so with a grapple hook. Does grapple right over. Needs to build up a little bit of dam. Got himself a big killing spree versus Cobra. That's going to do a decent bit of damage. Especially if he's Trickster. This next few Sinister Strikes should actually do a lot of damage. Or ambushes, I guess. That'll work. Cheap Shot does get himself a proper setup. Cobra doesn't really have much ways out. Mortal Coil does help. Definitely helps. Fear to follow also helps. But now he's kind of out of options. Unless he can chain the stun and then CC back to back onto Koopa. Does get himself an instant cast, getting away, but a grapple hook is just going to be able to get you right in there. Try to go for a kick, doesn't quite connect. Try to go for a fear. The Succubus might be able to help a little. Does end up helping you trade the kidney, but it's not long lived at all. Gouge of the Succubus, Cobra is just done. I don't know how you can live in that situation anymore. It's just over. Not a lot of health. Try to go for a bolt. Just needs a killing spree and it's over. It is done. It is done. Yeah. That is a rough one. Coerce is going to be up next. Trying to see if you can get a quick route. Got us from Dalaran dead now. Yo, actually, buddy, NA duels are back next week. I got some cool announcements talk about. I'll talk about towards the tail end of the stream. But yeah, next week we got some cool stuff for Team NA, man. Actually, it's going to be wild. Evasion of the Cloak out for Koopa. Try to see if he can trade the offensives and defensives Guerreros. He's got himself Lightning Lasso, stopping Koopa for a second. Could be another vanish. Out of the Rogue does go for a vanish. Is he doubted though? He does grapple out. It looked like a root totem was going to hit him, but I guess he broke out of it. It looks like he's actually scot-free. He's doing A-OK. Trying to drum up reset on NA. NA is next week. Next week, Saturday, we're back to NA. Go ahead and try to see if he can move the totem last second towards Koopa behind the box, but it just wasn't enough. Blind to follow. People looking for that reset. He's got a adrenaline, he's got killing spree, so you can actually make a big play here. Could do a lot of damage. That root is gonna hurt. Oh, he does need to get a proper stun onto Goeris at some point. Building up some resources. Gouge? Gouge is huge. Killing spree right after. That is also pretty massive. Big shields out for Goeris, but you're breaking through this really quickly. Kidney shot. Oh, you're so low on health though. Vanish for a second. It's gonna give you just a little bit more health to work with. Cheap shot right after. Isn't enough damage. There's something to follow. Tempest does a lot of damage, but you're still alive. You can also melt. Oh no, Goeris does let him get a quick zapperoo on the rogue. Taking him out. Messiah Bob rushing in there. I don't think he's gonna give Goeris much of a chance here, is he? I don't know if he got a knock. Oh, Burrow? Burrow down to get out of the spear. Well done, well done. Messiah Bob, he just needs a nice little lockdown. Big Blaze Storm and a full go. And like, he's golden. He's got all over the place, honestly. Knocking it back. What is that charge? Bro, the EU latency causes you guys sometimes to zoom around like that? That was a thunderstorm out of Goeris. And the charge out of Messiah Bob. But the way that it looked, dude, it was all over the place. It looked like he had yoinked out and charged back in. Oh, like a, dude, straight up like a missile charging right in there. Holy, dude. Like a Predator missile inbound. Just charges in. How is that so funny? Why does that look so like... so quick. It's like so fast, it's uncanny, man. Oh man, let's get us another one going, boys. Yeah. Plush as well as Johnny, let me know when your boys both boys are ready. Yeah, first Saturday off a month. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, enjoy your time. Enjoy your time, my guy. Mrs. Jules. Yeah, no, next week we got so we got a guild that reached out to me over these past week. And we talked a little bit, and they do duels like in-house on their own, like 5V5 1v1 DUELS. And they were wondering if I'd want to commentate some duels for them. And I was like, hey man, I could actually, if you want to do some duel stuff, you could do like your community with your guild versus our community of NA players, and we could just clash against each other in 5v5 duels. That could be fun. Rotate people out, get everybody a chance to play, all that. So we're planning next week, Saturday, 5 p.m. normal NA stream time, to do some duels, and it should be a lot of fun. Actually excited. Are you doing tourneys now? They were actually one of them at least. It's actually somebody who has been on our duels before. They're part of a guild, and that guild started doing duels, and they hit me up. What's up, Ivan? Pretty bad. Not over the road. So they yeah, they hit me up, and one of them at least in the talks, because I talked to a few people, has an idea of like potentially doing some tournament style with 5v5s. I don't know how that would work, but at the very least we could get some proper like their team versus our team dueling each other kind of deal. So it's kind of like, you know how when Krager used to join the duels, right? You would get his homies and we'd get our homies, and basically he would manage one team, would manage ourselves. It's going to be kind of like that for Team NA. So we just got to get 5 people in our community to join in, and they'll get their guild to join in, and we can just duel each other. NA versus EU, that'd be fun. Only way to do that is like when the next beta for the next expansion is out, or like a PTR or something. That was weird. So same thing. Yeah, okay, so you guys have seen the same thing as me then. Cool. At least I'm not the only one then. It's a win. Yeah. If you get a kill, it's a win. More kills, more protected. The problem with making 5v5 format a tournament style format with like prizes and points is like basically the person that goes first gets a lot of points, especially if they play carefully. So then everybody is like will be vying for that first spot, and people, when they just roll poorly and they get like last in the picks, like they're basically less likely to get points with that. So that'll be an issue with that format specifically, right? Because then it's like now everybody's going to be trying to fight through each other to be the first one. Yeah, it would be unfair. Exactly. So then it's like, do you score them as a team? Do you score them as a set of players? Right? I think what you would need to do is score them as a team. And I guess like what you would need to do, but like, because how do you score individuals, but then how do you score the team as well? Right? It's like the weirdness of like, how do you make it fair? Because you can't really score them as a team if, let's say, like one guy went in 1v5, won everything, everybody in that team got points, but it's only really one guy that did all the work. But it's also, is that the other people's fault that he won all games? Should they be penalized for it, right? It's like, how would you score all that? So this is why 5v5 format, I don't think would work. If you want to do 1v1 and elimination leagues, right? That's one way to do it. I think it's fair. But 5v5 1v1, I just have a really hard time how do you turn like a competitive tournament thing out of that? Unless you have like a team compete as a team. Or something along those lines. But then it's like, we have people, random people put in a group together, like, they don't really get to pick their teams either. You know what I mean? Which. So it's like, yeah, I just don't really know. Blind onto Guerreros immediately by Leo. Silencer follow, trying to see if he can get himself some damage off the bat. It is going to be a knockup for Guerreros as he's looking for an escape. Literally knockup and a root onto Leo. Doesn't want to know how much damage this man's got. He technically still has Frostworm's Fury, but I think he might just delay it at this point. Because it looked like he went for Pillar of Frost, got some cooldowns out of Guerreros, but isn't able to get a trinket or wall or anything like that. And I feel like Leo probably knows that if he commits cooldowns versus Guerreros and he was not prepared, Guerreros actually has a lot of damage to work with. Guerreros also is aware that Riders, and with Leo, Riders combo is a very deadly combo. Last time it was a couple of Frost Strikes with Riders, and that's all it took to take him out. Big hits are coming in, dude. Big chunky DK hits are making a play. He's trying to see if he can break past it. Technically has Pillar of Frost. I don't know if he just like commits cooldowns and just falls up, but that wall does dissuade Leo from committing too much damage from there on. Wall and the sentence out for Guerreros, sleeping right after Leo. He's trying to slow him down with the Chain of Ice. He's able to do so pretty well. Blind to follow, tricking right after. Wait a second, Leo. If only he had a stun. Problem is, Leo does not really have a stun. Silence is going to help him out a little bit, but some of that damage is still going to go through. At least he's able to survive a lot of the Go by Guerreros. Won't have a stun for like 40 seconds though. That is unfortunate. How Frost DK could only stun whenever Frost's Fury is active is just nuts, man. I guess technically you could talent into a Strangulate in order to get yourself a proper stun, but I don't think he can have that and a silence, right? So he's kind of like stuck. He can't really CC. All you can do is just tussle, heal, and then try to see if you can get a setup or two. But at least the Rider should be up in 17 seconds, so he might be okay. Guerreros just continue to pummel him with Storm Strikes and as much damage as humanly possible. He's got him some Bloodlust. Everything available. Leo's just not an amazing spot. Tempests are earning a lot though. He's trying to go for Death Strikes, but unless he has a lot of runic power, he just can't really do much with it. He might just have to go for full set of Riders and messes up for a second. That's going to give him a little bit of runic power to work with. That's going to give him a heal or two. Blind to Guerreros. Guerreros does still have a burrow, so if Leo gets himself a proper setup, he's got him some Pillar, he's got himself everything here. Technically, full burst, Pillar, everything is active. Might need to go for Death Pact. Silence on Guerreros. He's taking huge hits back to back. He just needs to see if he can catch up to Guerreros, and he might be okay. Does he have a horse? He does have some mobility with a Death Advance. Guerreros super low. Hold on, Guerreros might just go down. Oh my god! I actually thought Guerreros was going to be okay for a little bit, but man, that is a lot of damage at the end there. That is a lot of damage, dude. Frost DK got dammy. When Riders are active, Frost Death Knight slaps, and that is Pillar of Frost on top of it too. He's in a great spot. I don't know if Leo used a rune weapon, however. It looks like it's up, but I don't know if the UI is like lying to me. Sometimes the UI does lie to me. Oftentimes than not, it usually lies. For Cobre, I think his cooldowns actually is pretty accurate with those. For Leo and some of the other classes, like it says Leo always got an AMS, but like, you know, it says he's got 2 AMSs, but I know he doesn't have 2 of them. Blind under Cobra, he does end up burning a trinket. Dark Pact does still have a wall and defenses, but that Infernal, it's gonna get him wasted. And for Leo, this is the best situation possible. Whatever healing you can get to recover, avoiding the Bonds of Fel, and it's actually kind of okay. Trying to see if he can keep the succubus next to him as best as he can. Death Strikes are flying. Try to see if you catch up as much healing as you can. Cobra does end up going max distance. Might just have to summon a fresh Desiad. For Leo, that's an opportunity to potentially make a play. Oh, gripping on the Cobra. While Succubus is kind of low. He's got himself a bit of damage. Hold on. Full stun. Cobra could be in trouble. You have a silence maybe. Maybe silence. Silence in a few seconds. Silence is available now. Cobra better follow up with something. That is going to be walled down. No longer has anything available. Riders are still doing a lot here. Reflect for a moment. Cannot grip him, does point him out in the open with the silence right after Cobra picking up a little bit of healing. Dark Pact is going to use, but if he could break past the Dark Pact really quickly, Leo's in a great spot. Dome down, IBF is active. He is going to get hit with a fear. I don't know if he can Lichborn out of it. Ruination does kick him on Shadow. It's going to be a Bolt. I don't know if you got anything for it. Blind last second. You are going to need something. May have to go for a Death Pact. Does go for the Death Pact behind the pillar as Riders are attacking Cobra. Cobra is out of options though. So for Leo, he's in as good of a spot as he can be. He just needs to find a way to break over to Cobra, maybe add a silence on top of it, find a way to get rid of the mortar coil, and you'll be okay. Freshly sired out for Cobra. As long as Leo can Lichborn it or pre-AMS the go with it, he will be okay. Mortar coil connects for Cobra. He needs to follow up. Inferno is a huge follow-up. Grip in for Leo. Got himself AMS. Silence on Cobra. Kind of low in health. Can't really use a Warlock Healthstone, I don't think. Needs some kind of a heal. Warlock Healthstone is being used. He got himself even more Infernos. Jumping in little by little. As long as you can avoid that big Infernal, you might be okay. Leo just got to find a way to get away from the big Infernal, and he might be alright. Is having to go in for a Wraith Walk. Try to see if he can reposition Cobra. I don't really know what he can do in this situation. He's got himself Dark Pact and Mortar Coil, so I feel like he might just have to wait until Mortar Coil is up. That first aid is helping him out a ton. For Leo, he just can't really have the same luxury. He just got to keep striking death strikes over and over into these demons, potentially looking for a bit of the recovery. Cobra got himself Mortar Coil. Leo got himself early AMS from a Rider. I think he still has a proper AMS for later. Full stun actually does not connect with a stun. The Riders are in, but it's not a full stun, right? At least I don't think. Big Chaos Bolt into Leo. Does go for the silence. The Riders are still in play. Does need himself a little bit more healing. Corbin trying to go for a bolt. Does get interrupted. Hold on a second. Is this enough damage for Leo? Need something. Grip. Oh, anything. Oh, Cobra. Oh, Leo does end up taking it. Lynchborn last second. Oh, my goodness. 2 down. Leo does end up surviving. You guys have Meese in your team. I think you should have Magefoot, right? I don't know if he dropped it down for you. I don't know if these rogues are going to let you do it, though. Bella's going to be up next. Immediately get hit with the slows and a Rider. Leo is under a lot of pressure. Rogues are not going to be easy for him, I don't think. Not until he can go for like a full lockdown on a rogue. That's the only way he can live this. Because if Bella just continues on pressure, cloak, evasion, just keeps slamming, eviscerates, I think for Leo just going to be lights. It's really up to you, Leo. Got himself a death pack to at least start with a bit of more health. Got himself a pet to at least sacrifice for later. If you can pick up eyes and step cam, Bella's go here. He might be okay. Shadow Strike by the rogue into IBF immediately. There's an opportunity for you to make some damage happen and trade. You got IBF, so you got to play defensively, but also you got to get some damage going. Playing super defensively while Bella is just waddling towards him. No blades right now for Leo. I think he just makes some damage happen. Try to go for a bit of a hit and run with the rogue. Bella tried to go for eviscerates into a disarm. I think that's what Leo was trying to avoid as best as could. It was going to be a vanish reset for Bella with the Cloak of Shadows. Leo does get himself a bit of a ring around the rosy on the pillar with a remorseless. Still got himself a pet in case he needs to sacrifice. That thing is eventually going to time out though. And with this, he should be able to catch Bella out in the open. Does pick him up immediately. Stun right after. Riders are in. No more trinket. Big shatters in. I think Bella's just down. Oh. Leo taking it. Had to use a 1.5 minute cooldown to lock down Bella. And needs to go next. Whoever it is does catch Bubby. Bubby charges in. For Leo, does get hit with the disarm. Riders are in play. They're going to get slowed down. But if they can connect with Bubby for a second. No, looks like they're gone. Looks like they fell apart as soon as they got sent back to Shadowlands. As soon as they finally were able to get close enough. Very unfortunate. Blind out for Leo. Trinket out for Bubby. Try to see if he gets some range damage onto Leo with harpoons back to back. I'm swapping to rogue people completely. I'm sorry for the whiplash, boys. I'm trying not to. Silence out for Leo. Does get himself the tentacle spawning in. At least Leo has a pet that he can death strike off of. We are 8 minutes into the duel. Does get stunned, but actually the stun that is tactical. Get stunned early so you don't have to worry about that binding shot for later. AMS for the fire damage as best as possible. Avoid as much of it as he can. I think that's AMS from the Rider too. He's going to get himself random proxy TG. Maybe Bubby can randomly walk into those. That'd be great for Leo for sure. Just stun for a second. Leo does have some Riders coming up very, very soon. 24 seconds. Does have cooldowns. I don't know if he wants to just commit some damage. Trying to see if he can do it. I don't know if he got any defenses. Silence to follow onto Bubby, so at least he can throw down traps. Leaping in. Death back. You got no help to work with. 10 seconds on them Riders. I think you might have to wait until ride this out until Riders are in. He doesn't have a trinket. He just gotta live 5 seconds until Riders are in play, and then you might be able to make some kind of a play. Stun does have a human racial. IBF is available. Made to use it, but blind. Picking up a little bit of health. Stun. This is where you did the most damage right here, right now. Turtle shell for Bubby. Bubby can still turn this around. Liam picking up a little bit of health. Binding shut us down. You got IBF to break out of it. Bubby's super low, but does get claimed down by Leo. Oh my god! Is Punch giving him the honor duel? Is he giving him the honorable match? Then he should go pick up mage food. If that is the case, pick up mage food? No, he sees you. Yeah, he's giving you a chance. He's giving you a chance. That's a homie. That is a homie right here. Unless he's gonna fight you without it. Or maybe just fight Natty? Oh, there goes Mage Food. I was gonna say. So you did have Mage Food. That is good. Oxford Guard, long time to see everyone to see you. Yo, Book 11. You're popping in at the perfect time. Watching my boy Leo try to see if he can squeak out a 5 victory here. 40 seconds on them riders though. So for Plush, if he goes in right now, no stunts for Leo for a little bit of time. No IBF either, no death back. So for Leo, it's going to be really just a battle of attrition versus Plush. I think he has to play super defensively. Immediately with the rider, stunned. And Plush, I think he's just going to go all out, all in. I don't know if Leo lives this. AMS will be helpful here a little bit. Never mind. Never mind. He played as well as he could. I salute you, my guy. My man, Johnny. Hell of a play. Hell of a death knight. Nothing he can do against the rogue though. Without IBF, I just don't think he'll live that. Plush played done really, really well though. I mean, he gave him a chance, right? At least he got full health, but like, yeah, without an out, what else can you really do? Plush just leaping in again, using that DFA, masterfully doing a bunch of damage. I love the DFA play, man. I gotta love it. Oh, Frozen Orb actually does connect. It does get Plush out in the open. It's going to actually secure the rogue behind the cage. Plush is like, let me in. Let me, or more like, let me out. When I get out of here, I'm going to gouge your eyes out in the most literal way. I'm going to come in, walk in, press gouge. Get a shot. That was going to be blink immediately from Mies. Got him some flurries down, vanish out for Plush just to re-engage. Creep shot right after. There's probably going to be another step, right? Unless you're out of steps. Blind to see if you can pull across, maybe? I don't know if he's got another blink or not. Gouge, there goes the gouge. I'm going to gouge your eyes out. I think he just did dots, right? I think he just will Rupture. Wait, Rupture could technically kill me, couldn't it? But Plush getting rooted out. Oh, that is unfortunate. Evasion. Using evasion is actually massive. You know why? As a Deathstalker rogue, you do get magic damage reduction while evasion is active. It is massive and huge, and it actually is helpful. Press for a second. Me's getting stunned. Block does get a stun to Plush. It's gonna break out of it too. Frostfire bolt him. Look at the damage. On 4 targets, 160 million damage sent in on everybody, man. That is crazy. That sucked. Cost a slow down for random pets behind the lows. Yeah, the pets, one of the riders. I think it is Wormbane, I think it is. Maybe not Wormbane, but one of them is maybe it's Wormbane actually, but one of them does put Chain of Ice in him. And then Morgraine, he does have Death and Decay. I don't know if that slows you. Maybe if you have the talent with Death and Decay slow, maybe that one also works for his slow. I'm not 100%. Yeah, crazy. That rogue fumbled that. Bro, it was tough, dude. He had no trinket, no steps, and he got hit with a stun. Like, there's actually no way to walk out of that. I don't know what else he could have done, honestly. I think he played that as well as he could, but like as soon as the mage got to get away, and you didn't have the second charge of a step, there's just nothing you could do at that point. Yeah, it's not easy. I guess you could have just sat in stealth a little longer and then like AFK'd until cooldowns are up, but I don't know, not that fun. I think he's playing aggressive. No pillar, but yeah, true, no pillars either. Like, to be fair, some matches are just not going to be yours. Hey man, SP, a lot of damage and healing them 5v5 long while ago. SP is really good actually. Shadow is real good. I freed him and then 2 seconds later sold again. Yeah, those pets do that. Pets will do that. Alrighty, we're good. Let's get us sent into we done the downland sewers, we done Lordaeron. I guess working backwards, we'll do Tolveron now, right? We're going through all these maps really quickly. What maps have we not done? Just want to get a 60 in a raid gear at level 58 SP, low key broke. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Remember them days? Played survival. I played survival $100. Remember them days? Yeah. Survival 100, very good. Very good. Mind spikes and fatted mind blast. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Wait, isn't the mind spikes of Shadow Priest in Mob gonna be kind of insane? Wait, speaking about Shadow Priest, I just thought of an ability. I just thought of something. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Beautiful. Alrighty, we're in. Switch. Switch. I don't know if I messed it up or not. Goer is going to be first up versus Sia's Bob. Trying to see if we can spear him down, but the man literally goes underground just to escape the spear. That is super unfortunate. There's only a handful of abilities that can break out of Warrior's Spear. Those being Blink doesn't do it. I don't think any rogue abilities do it anymore. Not even Vanish. Used to be Cloak of Shadows for a little bit. But Gateway works, and Underground is one of the other buttons that does work. So for Garrus, that's an easy escape. Trying to see if he can get some big Ascendance pressure, big Ascendance damage onto Sia, but it's going to be the Warrior staying on him with a Blazing got himself a bit of the Reflect. Does he actually get to parry a lot of those Ascendance attacks? Is he parrying those ranged autos? Is that what's happening? Because he's taking like no damage from the Ascendance for the most part. There ain't no way he's parrying those wind strikes, is he? Wait, do you parry those? Because I know that they technically, like, while the Ascendance is active, you get ranged auto attacks and Storm Strikes become wind strikes from a distance. But are they still coded as a melee hit? Bro, because Sia did take a lot of damage here. Sia's Bob did take a lot of damage whatsoever from that. Stun onto Goer's with a Storm Bolt, but that Root Totem is going to keep him at a distance. That Tempest ain't feeling that good whatsoever for Goer's. He just needs to get a couple more Lightning Bolts back to back into the Warrior. If you can do that, big stun around the corner, double stun totem, that's going to be huge. Are you punching him? You got fists? You did got fists. I didn't realize you took those Kargath Blade Fist weapons from WoW. Those do look really sick though. Try to see if you can slam down on Sia. Keep messing up your name, but a spear, not enough. Goer's doesn't have taken about. Ready for the next competitor. That is so weird. I didn't realize like Ascendance could get countered by parry. I honestly thought like, oh, ranged auto attack your wind strikes. Oh yeah, they're definitely like magical at that point, right? They gotta be. They're definitely not like a melee hit, but I guess they're still coded as such, aren't they? What's up next? The whole team is just hanging out here, dude. They're just camping out here. Leah plus both of Parasols. Is it Mies? Is it Rick? Is it Koopa? I think they're still trying to figure out who's gonna be next. One of you guys gotta go. It looks like it is going to be a Rick and incentive. What are those boots, by the way? Oh, this says boots. Wait, that actually kind of matched the rest of your mug. Yeah, I don't think I've actually paid attention to those boots whatsoever. Huh. This is going to be Rick trying to see if he can get those pets in. Goer's leaping right in. Immediate ASUS is going to connect. Rick bopping in the dragon form here for a second. He's going to try to see if he can get himself a bit of damage. Stun around the corner. All those pets versus Rick is going to be able to get some freebie damage. Doesn't have cleaving the soul out of Goer's. Still got himself big lightning bolts. Chain lightning, in fact, cleaving down those pets. I don't really know if it does anything for him. Does it actually do anything special? Big Overlord? Oh, look at that range, though. He still got that big slammer jammer from afar away. They really did give the Overlord range to that attack, didn't they? Let him charge, and then whatever happens, he still reaches the target. Also, doesn't you take like 5 to 10% more damage from the Warlock afterwards? Pretty sure, right? Rick goes in for AoE Fear, does go for an ASUS right after on to Goer's. That's going to be knocked back by the Shaman. Goer's leaping right in. He might be able to get himself maybe decent damage versus Rick. He lived through a lot of the army of the demons. Rick needs to get even more pets up and running. He got to get himself the, not the Vile Fiend, but the Gloomhound. He's got to get himself the Doggos. He does get himself a Doomlord, which is massive. But he's got to get himself, oh, using the totems to actually get more pets. That's actually cool. Wait, that's actually perfect because he can use the totems to guarantee pets even if Goer's not in line of sight and then continue the pressure. Big Tyrant play is going to actually be able to hold the pets back while the fear is up and then sends the pets all in. This one, Goer's going to try to see if he can back up out of there, but the damage goes through. It does end up walling it off, dude. That Chaos Mother was starting to pick up quite a lot of damage there for a second. Try to see if you can take down the totems, but looks like the totems are going to shell shock all of those demons. They are going to start fading down little by little. For Goer's, there is still a lot of pressure he just put up on that Felgur to try to see if he can push for more Tempest procs, which I think is actually not a bad of a play. Because back here, you can just spam Maelstrom, then use it to heal yourself, and as well prep yourself for whatever you're rushing at Rick. But Rick already got plenty of demons. Fear onto Goer's as he trades past him. Is gonna go for a fear. Those imps, why are they attacking the totem? If those imps are just focusing down on the healing totem. What are they doing? I know that imps are not really doing consequential damage ever, but them focusing on totem seems kind of like trolling, doesn't it? Wait, maybe there's the play. He actually did end up placing a Doom proc on the totem, so he's got double file card or double Doom Lord. So holy, wait, maybe spreading the dots of Doom on totems, maybe the play. Maybe that is actually the play, because the more Doom Lords you can proc, the better. Rick, every single one of these totems that you see, make sure to hit him with a Demon Bolt at least once, because I could possibly proc in another Doom Lord, if the procs a Doom. But it's got to be like lengthy, long-lived totem, so anything like a heal totem, I guess, would actually do it. In fact, yeah. Ruination down to Guerreros does take actually some damage from a Ruination. I'm very surprised to see that. Guerreros left with not a lot of health, does pick up a little bit of healing, but an Overlord slamming down on him. Rick decided to put him out in the open, surrounded by demons, and get away last second, and does end up taking him out. Well, Plush is going to be up next. Immediate sap on the man. He knows there's going to be instant. Oh, fear instead. Trinket. Now he can go for an axe toss on the Plush, knocking it back for a second. Steps right in. Could go for axe toss, but I think he's just letting that death pack roll. That is going to be a Plush playing into a assassination this time. Big eviscerate, but that is a wall out of Rick to dampen some of the damage. That is going to be cloak shadows for the rogue, and the Rick is going to back up out of there. I don't know if he's got himself another gateway to use to get away from Plush. He does. He does have the gateway. He just got to find a way to keep those pets away from him. Does get the main Felguard to charge as he picks the VI. That's huge. That could potentially give him an axe toss to work with too. But Rick just got to wait this out a little bit. Just got to wait it out. That is going to be stunned. Trades with a fear. Trinket right after. He's just got to get those pets slowed down, Plush, and keep him at bay. As long as Plush doesn't get to use Death Pack, he'll be golden. That is going to be Garrote. Stopping it in place. Skittle shot, I think, is just lights for Rick. Unless he can somehow get away from Plush. Try to do it. Double steps are available for Plush. Summon up a Charhound. That is going to do a little bit of damage to his rogue. Blighter to Rick gives him enough opportunity just to walk up to the guy. Gouge to follow. Able to get a couple of dots in. Shiv as well. Rickmans might die, I think. It might be lights for him. Does get hit with the Disarm. I don't think it does anything. Whoa! Plush also almost went down too. Rick got so low, but Plush was going down slowly but steadily. I'm actually kind of surprised to see that. It was actually a much closer match than I expected. Plush given an opportunity to at least get himself a bit of that first aid. So he should be good to go. Even an opportunity to catch himself a quick resetty behind the pillar. Versus Mies, however, he does have Garrote, so I feel like Garrote's assassination could give him lots of opportunity. He doesn't have a Cloak of Shadows. So breaking past towards Mies' defenses is going to be a little bit tougher. Kiddershot is going to be immediate Trinket. He's got himself Big Kingsbane with the Cold Blood too. He's actually okay. Mies is going to be able to go off of that poly. Yet another Garrote out for Plush. That is actually massive. The more of those you can get, the better. Full Deathmark is in. Mies is going to be under a bit of pressure. Plush with a big DFA. Going to be able to connect. Big damage to follow. Mies trying to see if he can reverse it. Plush might just go down. Does go down. Cheat Death just does nothing there. But Mies is still melting to those bleeds. I don't think he will die to a sudden demise or anything. Or does he? Oh, does he? Nope. Nope. Otherwise, I think he would have been dead. Those shields are not going to last long. Invis? Oh. How are you alive? How are you alive? Seriously, how are you alive? It is just one more succubus. A quick little cha with a whip, and you're good. Wait, is that a Rick buried in the sand? He is buried in the sand. His little wing and his little paw, claw, leg poking out there. Mies having to potentially go for a block here. Reflect from Cobra could be dangerous. Bolt doesn't kill. Oh, Overlord does a lot of damage though. Oh, that is so rough. That is rough. Man. It's going to be a succubus CC onto Mies for a second. Try to go for that bit of that shifting power. Back it up out of the Ring of Frost is in play. Mortal Coil, but it does connect, however. Bolt and down he goes. That is rough. Koopa, yet another assassination rogue waddling out here. I like the shorts you get going on. It's like a very much a summer-esque attire. It's like, yeah, I'm deadly, but it's also hot outside, so I gotta try to dress for the weather. Does get a Garrote into Cobra. Is gonna go for a Trinket with yet another Garrote, trying to see if he can stop any damage before it really ramps up. Cobra with a port. I don't know if you can go for a gateway. The slow from a succubus as well as the curse of exhaustion is gonna be kind of painful. But Cobra does not have a way to reconnect, trying to see if he can get succubus over. Cooper is gonna have to mess with that thing. Just gonna have to get it dotted up. Cheap shot? Is that what that was? I think it was a cheap shot. I doubt that it was a kidney. think the animation for that would have been different. Koopa does get himself a quick resetting though. Still slowed. Isaac getting picked up by a Cobra. Does go in for the garrote. Succubus can potentially catch him unless he goes for a kick on that thing. Or a stun. No, it doesn't get to. Health funnel just to get the Succubus a little bit more safe looking. Mortal Coil to follow Fear right after. Koopa's just gonna have to take the damage. Cloak of Shadows does get used. I don't know if it would use Cloak of Shadows to break out of a Fear, or if it was like Fear broke and then he cloaked. One of those two. Gateway does get committed by Cobra. He still got himself a port. That's why he's in a good spot right now. He wants to have Koopa come over. Maybe if Koopa can get himself a proper setup. Garrote, Kindle Shot, Death Mark, everything's available. Even if Cobra escapes, it's still going to be a lot of damage, even through that wall. Cheap Shot right after off the Succubus CC. Does he have the damage to follow up? Koopa does have advantage in case he needs to. Koopa potential advantage is going. It is going to be stunned. Infernal dropping in. Bonds are felt. It's going to hurt a little bit. Does not have a bolt though. Does a reflect. Koopa's still kind of lowish on health. Oh, needs to get himself a good spot. Both are low. Both are very, very low. Cobra's still bleeding out though. Does have a garrote. Hold on. Does he just go down to the dots? Oh, the bleeds. Oh, Koopa. Oh, he does take it. They both do kill one another though. Holy, the trade. That was amazing. That trade was awesome. That was so good. With Bella going to be up next? That trade though, boys. What was that? Oh my god. Leo is going to be up next. Last one standing over for the team one though. With Bella trying to see if they can find himself a bit of a breakaway here. Being a rogue, I think you are in a good spot though. In terms of fighting against Death Knight. I feel like if you just commit all the cooldowns, eventually the DK does break. Does IBF this early on. And this is going to be Leo trying to see if he can get himself counter pressure versus Bella. Bella does have cloak. Oh, actually no. No cloak. You have evasion, you have a disarm, so you can actually stop a lot of Leo's bursts, and you have double vanish. So you can actually get yourself in a really good spot. Leo trying to see if he can catch up to you. He's going to get a chain of ice. At the very least, it does give him an opportunity here. Does get himself a little, what is that? The frost form? Little baby one for mastery? Is that what it is? I was thinking that was a big old Riders, but I don't know. Let's see Riders. Wait, does Bella just die under the damage? Just obliterates? I mean, that is a full pillar. That did do a lot of damage. I was kind of thinking that Leo was going to lock down Bella and everything, but maybe that's what he's playing into. Like, he's like, okay, Bella probably going to trinket, press big defenses, but if I just go one with pillar, maybe they'll just like not commit, and they can punish him for it. And I think that's exactly what he's trying to go for. Do you have the mobility? Do you have the Riders? Riders are keeping him in play. Yeah, it's going to be tough. Cheap shot by Bella. Does see an opportunity to potentially make a big play. Getting a shot off that. You need a secret technique? No, but a blit does go through for Leo. And he still has full big burst available for Bubby. Damn, that is unfortunate. I feel like the Rogue was just kind of waiting for that big Frostman's Fury to then send in some cooldowns the entire time. I think that's what happened there. Oh, leaping in, but he doesn't quite catch him. It's a knockback, I think, of one of the pets, but Leo does able to avoid it. Does not have a way to break out of the stun, however, which is unfortunate. Going to be AMS up. Bobby not playing the pack leader. He's playing the Sentinel instead. So he's got himself a lot of free damage as long as he keeps Leo in that Lunar Storm and is able to do so. He's going to go for a trinket. Riders are in. Leo does have himself a death back in case he needs to. Turtle shell out for Bobby. Leo with a bit of a health recovery though with death back. Leaping in by Bobby. Trying to see if he can feel a Fear of the Eagle, but no! Leo does let him go for a big oblit at the end. Holy! That big old oblit. You gotta love the animation of how it just comes down. Overhand, just slamming down. Over the top. It is so good. Man. What are you doing running around here? What is this guy doing roaming around here? What the hell is he out? What's back here? Nothing. Nothing back here. Let's get us another one going, boys. We got time for at least one more. Uno más, baby. Get us one more for the night. And then I gotta get food. Gotta go food, gotta go work on a project, gotta probably go to check my mount runs too, dude. I've been enjoying that. Gotta chill. Ready? Beautiful. Get you guys one more. I think we've done every map, right? You'd one, plus needs one. We'll give you a chance. Get us some of the boys in here. We need one more 15 plus boys. They gotta list them up over under Molten Core. If you're looking to join, I saw a couple of you guys trying to join earlier. We got a spot for you. Just one though. This one. They get over every 6 seconds out of combat instead of only in combat. It's huge gains. Wait, what? Who, Shadow Priest? About Mob Shadow Priest. Did they actually? They're getting orbs every 6 seconds out of combat instead of only in combat. It's huge. Wait, so you can start a fight with devouring plagues immediately? That's kind of huge. That's kind of massive. Everything about Dimensius and Ethereals. Being able to plague immediately, it's big. Can you get me MP Classic Beta? Bro, it took me so long to get MP Classic Beta. And I'm like on that, like, like I got the, what is it, into the alpha of War Within, through contacts, plural. And I assumed like I'd be able to get into Classic Beta for MOP. But even if with contacts, man, I couldn't get into that one pretty quickly or anything. Took me a second. If we get in the original Vengeance now, 5.4 Vengeance. Oh yeah, I saw that. I can hop in. You're more than welcome to Shiny. If we get spots. I think we're both good though. I think we're both set. Let's go. Let's send you guys into a last match of the night, man. It's gotta be either Flashbang or Blades. And I'm gonna send you guys into Blades. Let's send you guys in there. If it works. Or maybe Blades Agent working. So let's just do another grand maybe. I'm gonna try a grand. In Strat now should be a whole level plus. Nice. I still have not get to level in SOD at all. Like I definitely have an interest, but I just need to actually spend some time with it. Though yesterday I did end up pushing a bunch of keys. We did I attempted a couple of 17s. We timed one, but we timed a bunch of 16s. So that was really, really fun. And then I think Monday we'll be doing more of that. But the weekend for me should be free for the most part. So I'll try to see if I can get some time on it, if I find any time. Chili Fats is gonna have to do it before June, so IDK. Wait, do I have to do it before June, or can I still do it in June? Yeah, I'll need to figure out some time for it, I guess. We'll see. It's gonna be, wait, it's gonna be June soon, isn't it? June 1st? Wait. Before June 30th. Oh, okay. Before July, then. Okay, I can do that. Yeah, I'll probably find some time, maybe. Maybe, possibly, who knows. MOP pre-patch should be out soon, shouldn't it be? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Alrighty, switch. We got ourselves Size Bot, we got ourselves Koopa, gonna be first up versus Bella. We got ourselves Leo also in the back of the team with Rick and Beast. I was thinking maybe like, oh, gotta watch the Rogues play, but then it's like, there's some Rogues that are gonna be probably hanging on itself for a while. I might as well introduce the rest of the team. It looks like Koopa does find Bella really early on, but Assassination versus Subtlety does go for the disarm onto Koopa, landing that cheap shot. That's an opportunity for you to get some damage in, as long as you chain those stuns, but it's going to be a disarm as you try to get something going here. That is unfortunate. Gotta make sure those stuns are airtight. Blades are out for Koopa. I don't really know if you can dodge Crimson Tempest, can you? It looks like Bella is going to be taking quite a decent bit of blade damage, vanishing out just defensively. Trying to see if he can get himself a setup versus Koopa. Koopa does go for a re-stealth, but it doesn't look like Bella goes in with a cheap shot. I think still on the yard. Get a shot out of Koopa. I think he does potentially secure himself a kill. Trinket out for Bella. Blind, but you're still dotted. Cheap death, and I think it's just going to be over. Gouge is done. It is done. Oh, that's a beautiful and venom. I like the gouge as you walk and staring him down, and then slamming him down, taking and putting him down. Oh, somebody's going to have to go next. That's going to be Plutch. It's going to be Governor's Cobria, but it looks like Excalibur is going to be the next one up. You know, I really like the Paladins, or the plate set from the this faction. I still gotta do my reputations for that. I never finished that, dude. I never finished a rep grind on that. I still gotta do that. I just gotta do that event a little bit more aggressively on ults. I think like 3 more and I'm good, maybe. But that whole set looks absolutely gorgeous. That plate set was the first thing that I got. I was literally using my ult just to buy all the pieces for that one. Leather set, pretty cool. Mail set, also I like a lot. It's got like this nightly vibe about it. Claw set, also pretty cool. Not my favorite, but pretty cool either way. But the blade set, oh, it is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It's going to be Koopa trying to see if he can back away. Excalibur is going to try to see if he can stay on him as best as possible. Bubble to follow. Koopa gateway out of it. Why? You know what? I usually don't like when you guys gateway. Like non-warlock classes take it gateway. Because if Excalibur, that definitely puts him at a massive disadvantage. Now the rogue used plenty of mobility, or didn't have to use some of the mobility to escape it. Escape a lot of the burst. Stun lock. Could be really bad for the rogue. Does have advantage. Might just have to burn it here. Warlock Hellstone does get used. Advantage is available too. Go road into Excalibur, but does go for lay on hands. Cheap shot. Maybe Koopa can just blast him through. Normal bubble available. Disarm. Oh! He does make it through. The big and venom. He does pull it off, baby. Let's go. Gonna be plushed up next. Shadow striking. Replace the mark on the guy. Gouge to follow Koopa with a cheap shot. I think it's gonna blast for Koopa. I don't know if there's any way for him to escape it. Cheap death for second kidney. Oh. I don't know. Oh. Cheap shot. He'll just try to see if he can load him up full of dots, but Plus just needed one more AoE hit. Literally one. Cyberbob trying to see if he can leap in there. Doesn't get on top of Plus. He actually does get on top of him. Does go for a disarm for a second. I think that was a vanish out of Plus though. Tried to go for a vanish, but it's still out. I think he's just still dotted, right? Spear down. Kid will escape it. Evasion out for Plus. Bob could potentially go for a trinket. Doesn't go for it. Is that a defensive play? It might be a defensive. You might just need it. Trinket's late. Defense is used. Oh, but that is so rough. I think he's trying to see if he can delay the defensive, waiting for a big go by Plus, but I think you just see Shadow Blades defensive immediately. Maybe he's trying to see if he can save it for like the next DFA to try to plan with it, but I feel like if you're gonna go for DFA, when he goes for DFA, he's gonna go when you're low on health, and that's just still gonna put you in danger. So you want to escape, not getting low on health to begin with. Stuns onto Plus though. Demons are coming out and about from every orifice, and I think it's gonna be a Gloomhound and a Tyrant for Rick. And Plush actually just rushes into the whole Tyrant. Mortal getting sent in. Got him so Doom Lord and everything. Plush is out in the open, trying to see if he can escape these demons. Cloak of Shadows is going to help you a little bit. That's a big gateway out for Rick. Getting it slow onto Plush. Does go for continuous Shadow Strikes back to back. DFA to follow up, but a Dark Pack keeping him plenty alive, absorbing all that damage. Death Call, Dreadstalker is in. Fear to follow. Plush with the Fear just getting sent out there. And Rick just needs a little bit more damage. And plus, I don't really know what else he can do. Warlock Hellstone does get burned by the Rogue. Rogue helping him fight some cover, but these demons, they're continuing to get summoned up non-stop. Blind onto Rick, but these demons are just going to re-engage back in. Doomlord does get a Shadow Bolt in there, dude. Every single one of these little hits the pets do is a lot of damage for Plus. Way too much to deal with. Does try to go for DFA. Cheat Death. Last Bastion of offense. Not enough to break through the defenses of Rick, and Rick having to try to see if he can play a ring around Rosie with Cobra. He just got to get more pets and keep sending them the entire time. Try to go for a few on Succubus. That is going to stop a little bit of Cobra's CC. Going to be that Chaos Mother barreling down Cobra's defenses. Mortal onto Rick. I don't know if he's got mobility. Axos is going to help him out tremendously. Trying to see if he could get himself a better position versus Cobra. I don't think he can go for a gateway. Cobra with another nether ward for a second. Bolt crashing through Rick's Dark Pack for a moment. Rick with a wall might be able to get himself CC. Going to be a wall out of Cobrax too. And Rick trying to see if he can set up a gate with Cobra. Back it up out of there. For Rick, I think this is the situation he wants to be in, because he can just create demons off of that Succubus as a target. He just summon a bunch of them, and then he can redirect those demons back to Cobra. He actually can just do that the entire time. Tyrant and everything. Is that going to put a demon dog onto Cobra? No, I think I put a demon dog onto the Succubus. Yeah, he's doing this, that. He's creating all those demons off of the Succubus, but Cobra is going to take the gateway to avoid those demons, trying to escape them. They are rushing back in, stuns a bunch of those imps in the same place. Mortal is continuing to land chain CC. Demons finally able to close that gap, and they're going to start to rack through his defenses. Does get a Pit Lord of his own, but it's just attacking the fodder that Rick has been able to summon up. Mortal getting sent in onto Rick. Got himself yet another Hound. And that's going to be a bit of a reflect for Cobra. Does get hit with a short stun axe toss. And Rick, does he have anything available anymore? Second catch him for second. Cobra finds himself with no help whatsoever. Those demons are probably going to be enough. And does end up getting a Doom Curse procking on him. All those demons are still in play, and Goresh is walking into literally the hell itself. But all that damage out of that set is more than enough to break past the defenses of Rick. Able to blast through him pretty quickly. Can't escape it. One more hit. One more wood strike. All he needs. Isn't going to be enough. Does he take it? Just needs one more. He just needs one more. Can he do it? Shot of Fury from super far away. Can he do it? Leaping in. Does get himself a quick interrupt. Tyrant is out for Rick for a second. Got himself as much of a good spot as he can where he is at right now. Picking up a little bit of recovery with a Warlock House on. Hold on a second. Rick is going to kite Goer's back to the demons that are still rooted. So it's going to be all the damage that's getting picked up. He does have the Earth Elemental. So if that Ellie could potentially go for taunts and taunt all the demons to it, that could redirect a lot of the damage from Goer's onto the Earth Elemental, which would be massive. But the Chaos Mother, she has the sight. She has exactly the target. Fear back into Goer's. And Rick is going to have to be very, very careful. That Earth Elemental is going to try to aggro those pets. It's attempting to taunt them as best as possible, but it's not quite able to get the pressure. Oh no, those demons are being loyal to Rick. They're not listening to the Earth Elemental. They're not getting caught by it. Big Pit Lord joins in, just blasting out at Goer's. Not feeling that good whatsoever. Goer's does get himself the Bulwark rolling in. Big portal out for Rick. Goer's needs to find a way to close the gap. 30 seconds until the Ascend. He might just need to wait until Ascendance, honestly. He might just be able to wait until Ascend. Does interrupt Rick for a second. He's got plenty of mobility. Big Tempest coming through. Picking up a Warlock House Stone. Stun onto Goer's. There's going to be Fear spam with more pets joining in. But that Terror Totem is going to break him out of the Fear. Another Fear. But you're far from the Totem. Looks like he's still broke either way. Mortical last second. Does get another stun. Tyrant isn't played. Trying not to get interrupted. Tyrant is going to come out either way. Did you count a kick? And Goer's does not have much to work with Rick taking him out. Oh my god. How many was up for Rick? 2! I felt like Rick fought an entire army, but I guess between Cobre and between Goer's, that is an two-man army right there, wasn't it? That's a lot of damage he's sending those two, by the way. 100 mil for 2 players, like 50 mil per player. Dude, you have 10 million health. So he did like 5 times the health bar worth of damage to kill both of them. It is some work. Demonology is wild. My god. That is a lot, boys. That is a ton. Holy. Oh man, let me save all of those, dude. Last match and this match. That was amazing. GG Friday. Boys, thank y'all so much coming by. Next week, Friday is EU duels. Okay, we're still doing EU. However, Saturday, we are going to be doing NA. Saturday, at least, unless the plans change for one reason or another, we're planning to do NA. So that'd be really fun. That'd be very, very fun. GG's, boys. Johnny, we're done for the night, man. Appreciate you, though. We're done for the evening. Was that last? Yeah, that was the last. GG's, boys. GG's. So next week, again, Friday EU, Saturday, we are going to do NA. NA duels are during normal time. So 5 p.m. as we're ending, that's when we'll be beginning NA duels. I talked to the guild, and I'm going to reach out to all the NA homies. We just need 5 people to make a team. And that's it. We don't even need to make 2 teams, just 1 single team. Because then this other guild will get the other team ready, and we can just swap some people out as the night goes on. And play as many games as we can. Should be fun. Should be plenty of fun done. But yo, you guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for popping in. I appreciate you. Super fun hanging out with every single one of you boys every single week. These duels, it could be done literally without all of you. So I appreciate you boys. Super fun hanging out with all of you. Yeah. We'll see what kind of other content we got on the horizon. But remember, that's what we do is very, very soon. Also, we got new cool stuff on the training post. I'll probably check them out tonight. Might potentially be a video. I got another project I want to work on, but if these items are cool, I might just make a whole video on training post items for June, because the summer is finally here, man. And hopefully we'll be seeing, look, with the 11.17 coming out, what looks like very, very soon, actually, because it got patching done. So maybe we'll be getting a release date for that thing. Saturday, Monday, maybe, or Sunday, Monday, potentially. Hopefully we'll be seeing some A2 stuff as well. And that means with A2, we'll hopefully be seeing some preview for A25 and Midnight pre-patch and Housing and Legion Remix. So it's actually getting kind of exciting, dude. I killed 3. I got a score of 2. Did you kill 3? I thought you fought more than 2. I thought you fought more than 2. I'll need to go back and look at it, Rick. I'll definitely go back and look at it, man. I'm gonna try to see if I can use this weekend to just like get through and really just scour through the duels and render them out, just so I don't have to do that throughout this next week, and I can have a little bit more time to get other projects worked on as well. I end up finding myself in a situation where I'm kind of busy. Normally I'm busy Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday because of raid, and every other day usually I'm chilling. So I have a lot of time in the afternoon, a lot of time in the evening, but now I'm like, Monday is now a Mythic Plus push day, then Tuesday, Wednesday is a raid day still. Thursday we no longer raid, but that's a potentially Mythic Plus push day. Friday's a Mythic Plus push day. So like today is actually going to be like my first day this week where I just alter myself completely. Probably my tyrant solid. I could see it, dude. I could see that being buggy, like where a tyrant just steals a kill for you or something. I could see something like that, honestly. But yeah, thank you. You guys are wonderful. Tomorrow we're not streaming. Monday ain't streaming. Tuesday we're going back to the regular. Hopefully we'll get some cool new updates as well by Tuesday. But yo, thank you all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. See y'all EU boys Friday next week for more duels. Alrighty boys. Peace.